Electronic mail. By the way, take care of Greg on 2. He's sitting there waiting for you, Harry. All right, here's the email. This comes from Jared Fez, and it said, Ron and Fez, how many 9-year-olds could you beat up in a ring? Now, all the kids are normal, non-retarded, just normal. How many 9-year-olds?
All right, just average American 9-year-olds. I think 3.
You are kidding me.
3 I could take out.
You can only beat up 3 9-year-olds?
Yeah, I think that's a lot.
And by the time the 4th came in, you would be, what, you overpowered?
Oh, my arms would be down by my sides at that point. I'd be so blown up, there's no way.
3 is 3 punches. So that's over quickly. First 9-year-old comes out, bam, he's down. And then the other one's looking around like, wow, what the fuck? As I get in the ring, I know I'm getting knocked out. So even if I know I'm not going to knock the kid out, the kid ain't going to want to fight after I hit him again. And I'm not bragging about, I'm not saying how many adults I could beat, but there will be a pile of 9-year-olds I'll be knocking out. A pile of them.
A pile of them? No, 3, I would be in a whirling dervish at that point.
Yes.
They're coming at me from 3 different directions. My head doesn't even spin.
I'll beat those kids up like they were the crazy 88s. I'll just be bam, bam. It's one punch a kid. A 9-year-old can't take 2 punches from a full-grown man. I'm going to come closer to 1,000 of them.
1,000?
Yeah.
There is no way you would be totally overwhelmed by 1,000.
How could you be?
Anyone would be.
How are they going to take you down?
Just by the sheer numbers of them. You get 1 on your back, you get a couple hanging onto your legs, and
bam, bam, they're going down. You're kicking, you're punching. And also, this is set up like he says in a ring. I don't know whether it's the full reign of 1,000, like you're talking about, or is it one at a time? Because at what chance you get to have 1,000 people in a ring?
It's got to be a big ring.
You know it's coming one at a time. You're coming in like that, crazy 88 style. I don't see it as being a big deal. Earl, how many?
I'll be very conservative, 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
That's twice me.
I'm being very conservative.
I never want to get into a scrap with you guys. I never want to be in a situation where I got like Earl and Fez have my back.
Well, not a 9-year-old.
I mean, like, all at once or a time limit, or I'm not really sure how many.
But, Earl, as you hit one 9-year-old, it's over, right?
Yeah, nice swift kick in the stomach.
And yes, that ends it. So you could do that more 6 or 7 times.
Again, I'm being very, very conservative.
I see Master Poe. Let's bring Master Poe in, because this is an interesting thing, and we should have somebody who understands the martial arts to help us out here.
Well, this will add a scientific view to it.
Yeah, and we know this is going to be the high end. All right, Master Poe, you're in a ring. They're sending 9-year-olds at you, one after another. How many, before you finally go, I can't take it anymore, and you surrender to them? How many could you beat?
9-year-olds?
Yeah.
You want me to hit a 9-year-old?
Yeah.
They're not retarded or anything. They're just normal 9-year-olds.
If they're retarded, I'll take maybe 1 or 2 tops, because they have superhuman strength.
Well, 50 will go down.
50 will go down easy. I think it's even more than that. I think you're going to go way higher than that.
There's no way I would get close to double digits. It's not happening.
What is wrong with you? You have the ability to punch, right?
I have the ability to punch, but I know my wind. I know I'm not going to outlast more than 3.
You're going to have 4 that will attack your right leg, 4 will attack your left leg. And the other ones will jump on your neck.
Yeah, but I don't...
you in the,
yeah, my neck is snapped. Great, thanks.
In the light bulb.
Hold on. I don't know how organized they are. I don't know if they put this together in some kind of an art of war thing. 9-year-olds have... definite ADD situations where they can't follow along. And I'm saying this, as soon as you bust the face of the first 9-year-old, you don't think the other ones are going to be freaked out? When I was 9, this was a sound of alarm for me and my friends. Teenager. If you heard one of your friends yell the term teenager, if there was 8 of you, you would run because you would be petrified of them. I see fear with 9-year-olds.
Yeah, that's true. You'll have about 20 or 30 of them will run away.
Yes.
As soon as you do that, if you punch someone in the face, 30 will run.
I know we've got to be talking hundreds. I honestly believe hundreds. I think it's going to be like if a fox ran into the chicken coop. I think it's going to be the same type of situation. The lion around the zebras.
Yeah, I just see the chickens still coming at me.
Have you ever heard, hey, did you hear about that fox that got killed by 30 chickens? They could probably do it, Fez, except for they don't believe it. Hey, Richard, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, calling from Las Vegas. I don't know if I'm your first caller from Vegas or not, but I love the new show.
Thank you very much, buddy.
And I think, Ron, I think you're overestimating this, and Fez is going a little under. I'm 6'7", 230 pounds.
From Grenoble, France.
I figure, what's that?
Go ahead.
I figure I can take on 25 or 30 9-year-olds at the most, because if you ever seen a 9-year-old get pissed, and you get 3 or 4 of them attached to each leg, and they happen to bring you down.
All right, let's suppose they grab your legs like Master Post, and you just start bringing a hammer down on their heads. They're going to let go. A 9-year-old has never really, you know, a lot of times when you're 9, you don't even want to punch in the face or get punched in the face. And I'm talking about showing these kids and just lighting them up and breaking a jaw.
9-year-olds in the nose, in the face. They're probably going to go running off to mommy. So you just,
right.
But 25 or 30 of them jump on your back and clamp around your legs. They might be able to bring you down and do some damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to Pete here. Pete, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Look, you're talking about the 9-year-olds. Think of it like this. You're dealing with white, let's say white 9-year-olds. Ronnie, you could probably take out a bunch, like you said, right? You're talking about blacks and Hispanics. They got knives and guns, maybe one tops.
Well, look, first of all, there's no weapons involved here. And here's what you have to understand. I was thinking white 9-year-olds. I wasn't thinking of any street smart kids who could really handle themselves. And I'm also not going girls because they're much bigger.
Oh, yeah, girls at that age. They've, they've had a few periods under their belts.
Oh, God, why be gross, Fez? Why talk such a way?
And they're just like steroid calves.
One of the things you have to remember also, one of the kids are going to kick you in the shin. And once they kick you in the shin, now you're going to start hopping up and down.
Here's the thing, I suppose. The kid who kicks him in the shin is getting fucked up. He's getting it 3 times. Because I'm going to blast that kid making an example out of him. And I'm not shutting up. I'm yelling, this is what you get. And I'm throwing elbows, I'm throwing knees. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, you're going to see some kids getting shattered. You're going to see some kids getting shattered out there. And I don't think the rest of them are going to want any part of this. I would love to do this TV show. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how are you supposed to beat up a bunch of kids if you got such a hard boner?
Oh, you know what? You're the sickest bastard in the world. That's the sickest bastard in the world. Roger, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
Are we talking a 9-year-old battle royal here?
Well, you know, this is the interesting thing, because Jarrett really hasn't put this together too well. He says, how many 9-year-olds could you beat up in a ring? All kids are normal, non-retarded, just normal. So I'm sure people bring up, hey, retarded all the time to this guy.
That's got to be the first question.
And that's how he leaves it, in a ring. So I'm thinking almost Crazy 88 style, where they're coming over 1 at a time, not coming over 100 at a time.
See, I picture them all coming at you at once.
But again, you understand, Fezzy, what a Royal Rumble is at. They're coming in 1 at a time. But if you can't get the kid out of the ring, they're staying in there.
Ron, what are you going to do though when one of them gives you the slick Rick uppercut to the nads?
I'm going to kill that kid, and I'm going to tell you the truth. And I don't know whether this is in there, but I'll snap a neck on one of those 9-year-olds. And when the other ones see what a dead child looks like, I think it's going to throw a fear through that group. I think the fear is going to be rushing up and down their spines.
See, I take a nad shot, I'm down in the corner, and I'm just defenseless at that point. I can't take nad pain.
You better start and believe in yourself, Fezzy. You need a little more confidence. You need a little more confidence in yourself. Hey, Eric, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
How you doing, Ron? Hey, Fez.
Yeah.
Welcome back, first off.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 15, 20 kids. You know, maybe give them the old Stone Cold Stunner, or maybe page Dr. Martin, get a steel toe boot and do the Opie, kick him right in the liver.
I mean, if you're going to look into that, yeah, I'm kicking some of these kids, and I'm kicking them hard. And I guarantee you, once I kick them once, they're not going to want a second one. And I'll open up one of them with just the cocoa butt, Fezzy, where I'll just take my head and burst open one of his little 9-year-old nose. And when the blood is flying, the other kids are going to be freaking out.
Well, I have to tell you that if you ever trained before and you're in a ring for 3 minutes, it's more difficult than you think.
It's exhausting. Good point. But we are talking about 9-year-olds. It's not like they're in great shape or can even get in great shape.
Well, you still have to punch and kick, and that takes a lot out of you.
Have you thought of this, Bo? You grab one of them by the ankles and you just start swinging them around, using his skull as a weapon?
See, now, if I use that move, it would have to work instantly. That would be my one-shot deal, because by the time I lift a 9-year-old up into the air, I'm done there. I'm spent.
You know, after hearing your confidence in yourself, Fezzy, I'm going to say you lose to the first one. What I'm going to think of right now is how many Fez Whatleys can beat up a 9-year-old, and I'm going 8. I think I'm going to have to clone you 8 times.
I'm sure I could take 1.
Now, if it was how many 9-year-olds can you rape, that I know you have experience in. Here is Carl. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, you're forgetting about collateral damage. While you're fighting one, you can holler out things that hurt the feelings of the others.
Right, Fatty, you're next.
Your
Stuff like
parents
that.
don't love
Hey,
you,
Four Eyes,
dead.
you want a piece of this?
Yeah, then their eyes are clouded with tears, you right in the nose.
Yeah, because they freak out at that age.
Oh yeah,
Santini, I'm interesting.
Yeah, the whole thing is going to be a Santini, and that's what I'm saying too, Fez. When they start to see what happens, a lot of them rolling in the corner. It's like you don't think me and my friends could have beat up one of our older brothers, but when one of our older brothers jumped in the middle of us, the rest of us were cowering in the corners because you're so scared at that age.
See, I think if a couple of them got on my arms and legs, then I'm not moving.
No, it's not you. You're going to lose to 1. We know that now. We believe you. What I'm saying is an average man. How many could an average man take?
I would say 5.
All right, let's say
3 for me, 5 for the average guy.
What about Mike Tyson in his prime? 89 Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, I would say, could take 12. That's as far as I'll go with Mike Tyson.
Then I wouldn't watch boxing. I would not watch boxing if I thought to myself, oh, here's the toughest guy in the world. And yet, a baker's dozen of 9-year-olds could kick the shit out of him. That would be it for me. I'd throw my TV out. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
What I want to know is how many kids could Master Poe take if they were trained by Master Poe?
All right, there's a good question. If you train these 9-year-olds,
how sad your students turn on you.
It happens.
Yeah.
See, now the stakes are higher because my kids are gonna.
Now the student is the master.
Well, you know, we did hear normal kids. There was no training. There's no weapons. I'm going to throw this in and just say white kids, so we know they can't fight.
That makes sense. That sounds average.
What do you mean average?
Just average. Just middle America average.
Don't get racist about it. I'm just trying to set up a thing, not for you pick what normal is. I'm sorry, Earl, that you had to hear that. Hey, Roger, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. First-time caller, part-time lover. I'm 28, and I've got a 9-year-old little brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, when we're out roughhousing outside back, and he's got his little friends, and we're just playing, the first time one kid takes like an elbow or something, and they get the wind knocked out of them, the rest of them all just get big-eyed and back off a little.
They're petrified, yeah.
They are scared. And plus, you're trying to take it easy on them because you don't want them going crying to mom anyways.
But what if you could have your dream, Roger, and you just unleash, and you just start busting some bones?
That's a dream?
Cracking them.
Well, that's a dream.
Yeah.
It's a dream. If they're coming one by one,
yeah,
there's going to be a pile.
Yeah, there's going to. It's only going to be your own exhaustion, and Master Poe pointed this out. It's only going to be your limit, your own cardiovascular shape that's going to make this a fight. I certainly don't see you losing a fight to almost an infinite amount of 9-year-olds.
I totally. If it's my win, then I'm completely shit out of luck.
Yeah. Well, we said we're taking you out of this, Fez. We're going to put a normal adult into this. We understand now your limitations. I didn't believe before the show started. Now you've convinced me that you are right. You might be able to take 1.5. And even then, I think it would go as far as a draw. Here is Ben. Ben, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What do you got for us?
I know we're talking about white kids, but if they're black, I mean, no matter how many come in, I mean, if you throw like a basketball or maybe a watermelon in the ring,
all right,
they might.
You know what? That's racism. I just want no part of it.
White people are so scared of black people.
One day when Fez does the show by himself, you guys can sit around and do that kind of southern humor. But it's not going to get it with me, Fez.
I don't know if you're allowed to use distractions like that.
White people are so scared of black people.
It wouldn't distract them. And you won't need distractions. This is an adult American male against how many 9-year-olds? I don't see it being much of a problem at all. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
No, pretty good. You?
Cool in the gang.
You know, I think it's absolutely great that you got a martial arts expert in there that's trained in taking out, you know, full-grown men that are trained to do the same thing.
Right.
And he's talking about slinging around 9-year-old children.
And not only that, but if you saw the smile on Master Poe's face while he was talking about this, and I'll go so far as to say the erect nipples, and I said to myself, this is not the first time he's had this conversation.
It makes you wonder if he's done it before.
Now, Scott, are you trained? Scott, do you have any training in your background?
Just did a little boxing here and there, but I do have to agree with Master Poe. 3 minutes in a ring is a long-ass time.
Well, you know, going even 3 minutes with a bag, if you're not in really great shape, is exhausting. But I think the adrenaline of knowing that you're crushing children's bones is going to keep you going. That'll keep the excitement level up. That's going to make it happen for you.
You know, one thing that's going to make it even harder is that you have to reach down towards the child.
Interesting. I didn't think of that.
You're not striking straight in front of you. You have to reach down for them.
Right.
If you go down on your knees to start throwing punches at that level...
I know you've gone down on your knees, but it wasn't to start throwing punches. And that's with 9-year-olds.
It's going to be hard to get back up.
Yeah, because you're what? Satisfied?
No, once you're down there...
I never understand. I don't know the whole gay thing. What do you mean?
I mean that if you stoop down to their level, it's going to be hard.
Oh, I'm not going down to their level, that's for sure.
It's going to be hard to get back up on your feet if they're still coming at you.
Yeah, what if you're just sitting in a lounge chair and you're running them through?
There's no way. They'll tip the chair over with me in it.
Do you think you can even knock out a 9-year-old? Do you feel confident that with your hand, one punch, you can knock out a 9-year-old?
Yes, I can do that.
I don't think you can. Then you know you could do it 3 times. If you could do it once, you could do it 3 times.
I'm going by the 3-minute rule here. That's 3. If you're bringing in a kid every 1 minute, and by the 4th kid, I am just suck and win.
A 3 kid, if they're coming in 1 a minute,
yes,
then I'm going to go on all day long. Then I don't have the slightest problem because it's going to be bam. I crush his little skull. And I sit down and smoke a cigar for another 55 seconds. The next one's coming in. Bam, I put the cigar out on him. Ouch. I laugh, and I'm pointing at the other kids. Who's next, Chubby? Is it you? Is it the fat kid? Freckle face? Who's part of this? And these kids are going to be pissing themselves with fear. The fear factor is you've got to get in their kitchen, Fez. You got to stay there. That's where this war is going to be won or lost. In their 9-year-old minds.
I also don't want to slip in any of their piss.
Yeah. Here is Sean. Sean, you're on Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Number 4824.
All right, buddy. How you doing there?
Real quick, can we get these kids headgear or
no? There's no headgear.
Kicking the crap out of them.
Yeah. I mean, you have to. This is the thing that's going to happen for you. And Master Poe, I know you've been through this before because of your training. You got to think to yourself, I might be killing this guy with this shot. I might be killing this 9-year-old. And I personally have already known I can deal with that. I'm fine with that part of it.
Well, you're going to be beating them up pretty good. You want to at least give them some kind of protection from getting their butts.
No, I'm not going to throw out protection here because I don't need headgear. Why do they get it? There's an infinite amount of them. I think I could beat up every kid in the state of Delaware. I'm not going to go through a larger state, but if you took a state the size of Delaware, and what are you at there, 3rd graders?
Right. Yeah.
And you bring them all in, and you line them up, bring them in by buses. And then we get the black kids out. I'm not fighting anybody from Wilmington. I'm gonna fight the kids from Claymont, maybe Bethany Beach, Lower Delaware, if I have to. I think I'm just gonna keep knocking them out one after another.
They're all lined up like they're going to see Santa.
Here's Lou. Lou, you're on Fez.
Hey, what's up, boys? 26078.
Way to go, old school.
Yeah, listen, all you got to do is open slap these kids. You don't got to punch them.
Right.
Just open hand slap. None of these kids have ever been beat up they never get a good beating by their father.
Right.
You know, they're just like, they're marshmallows.
And nothing hurts more than getting hit in the face.
That's it. A good hand slap.
Most of the time, and I'll check with you, Mr. Poe, let's say in a bar fight, you hit a man right square in the nose, he doesn't want to fight anymore, right? It's over for him.
Correct.
Because it hurts. And I don't care what kind of shape you're in, that hurts. Well, with a 9-year-old, this is going to be the worst pain he's ever had in his life. So one punch, Fezzy, ends him.
Well, that's one of the things that I wanted to discuss.
Please,
If you've never punched anyone before, your first punch, you're over. You're done. Because you really don't know how to position your fist.
Right.
And if your wrist is just bent down a little, then you're going to break your wrist. However, what this gentleman just said, use your palm. Right. Absolutely. You could palm heel, slap.
All right,
yeah, I break my wrist. What do I do with the other 2?
And what do you do for a date? The other 2 what? Wrist?
The other 2 9-year-olds.
Oh, I had no idea where you were going with that. I thought you had 3 wrists. So good points. This is going to be helpful, everybody. Write some of this stuff down that Master Poe is saying. You may want to look into more kicking and just palm shots.
Kicking?
And I'm saying, I know you're saying, you're not going to. You kick a kid in the throat, a 9-year-old in the throat. It's going to end it.
I got to get my leg up that high.
Kick him in the stomach if you need to, Fez. Kick him in the stomach. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, how's it going, Ron and Fez?
Good.
Master Poe, it's a pleasure.
How you doing?
Hey, I have a 9-year-old, man, and he's like 4'7" or 8, 75 pounds. And, man, you multiply him by about 10, and you got a problem, man, because this kid, he's tough. He rides his bike all the time. These kids are in shape, man. You got to be careful.
Well, maybe your kid is. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, okay, so you're out there in the desert, the kids riding around. Okay, I'm talking about a lot of these little suburban kids, these little fat asses. And most of them are gonna blow up by the time they even get into the ring.
Is that the average size of a 9-year-old, like 75 pounds?
I'm going to say picture Fez as a 9-year-old, and you'll see what you're looking at. We're not fighting that little Tarzan kid who was on the news a while ago.
Yeah, some of these, my kids that are training, 9 years old, they can do 100 jumping jacks, 50 push-ups. So if we're talking unskilled, then I could see it.
We're going unskilled. I'm not going against your trained killers. That army that you've set up of just little ninjas, scary little ninjas throwing Chinese stars at people. And you also train them to steal? How does that work out? How's that? He's like Fagin down there, Fez.
No one hears these ninja kids coming in the building.
No, those kids are frightening. Steve, Big Steve, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, great show.
It is.
I'm wondering...
Sure, when you're talking about intellectual stuff like this, you are going to have a good show.
How many times can you punch these bony heads and flailing arms before, your skin just gives out and you start bleeding or the pain gets to you?
All right, well, hypothetically now that this actually happens...
it's happening.
It's going to. I'm talking to the folks at XM. We're going to do this experiment.
If you execute, like, let's say a vertical punch,
right,
and you do a series of vertical punches, you can pop out 50 punches in 5 seconds. So that's 50 kids, and depending on
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, depending on your training, if you're comfortable with hitting things, then it wouldn't bother you. You don't feel the pain,
right?
Especially if you're punching correctly. As soon as you make a mistake, then you're in trouble because you're going to break your knuckle or you're going to break your wrist or something's going to throw you off. So you would have to use a straight line attack, not just a jab. If they're coming at you all at once, then make sure you use a vertical punch and you constantly throw those punches like a flurry of punches.
Interesting. I'm probably also going to wrap a belt around my fist, do a fist.
Well, if you wear it into the ring, I think you're allowed to use it, right? It's pretty much anything goes.
Here is, here's Jared. Here's the gentleman who wrote the email. Jared, interesting point you came up with today. How are you, buddy?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yeah. How about for you, Jared? You're the one who, did you come up with this idea or did you hear it somewhere?
No, this is a discussion that me and my retarded friends talk about.
This is what I call pot talk. After 2 joints, you get into that, hey, how many 9-year-olds do you think you could beat up talk?
Pretty much.
Yeah. How many for you?
I estimated somewhere between 50 and 75.
Yeah.
But I have a friend, John, who came up with the number infinitive. So, just endless, countless.
Well, that can't work out because sooner or later you're going to die from old age. So, we can't have infinity.
Waiting for 8-year-olds to turn 9
or
so they can get in on this.
At some point you're going to need sleep, whatever.
Just a quick point to clarify. It is all a group at once, not old school Royal Rumble style.
They're all running at you at once.
Right, exactly.
All right, now that makes it a little more difficult.
Right.
Because, that's like a sea of ants.
Yeah. And I have to come to them.
So it's a line of kids directly in front of you, and they're coming at you one at a time.
Exactly, all in front of you.
One at a time.
Exactly.
Nobody behind you.
No, I mean they're all around you. So
you're surrounded.
Exactly.
Oh, you're surrounded? Exactly. Oh no, that changes the formula.
Yeah, I think so too. Let me ask you this: can I use a sickle?
You can do whatever you want.
What?
I'm going to have a sickle, and I'll just be swinging that around.
Wait till you hear the ring announcer scream, "He's got a sickle."
I mean, if they're coming at me all at the same time, they want to fight fair, we'll fight fair. If not, I'm grabbing a sickle, and I'm lopping some kids' heads off.
The best idea you came up with was you set the tone with the first one, and then you said, you want a piece of this next? You want some of this? And then you set the tone like that.
You keep up the verbal barrage as long as you've got the wind to talk.
Oh, exactly.
Sure. All right. I like that. I like the fact that you're going to have some fear into them. It's an interesting thing. How many 9-year-olds could you beat up? Now, on the other hand, if it was girls, it would be scarier because when my kid was like in 3rd grade, the difference between a third grade girl and a boy is unbelievable. A boy in 3rd grade, he weighs about 60 pounds, right? Maybe even a little smaller. Girls are going about $125. They've got a good 2 feet on them. They've got gigantic breasts. And they're just like this, I am so in love with your son. And you're just like, hey, seriously, stay away from him. You're fucking frightening. I'd rather he slept with a teacher.
A 3rd grade girl, every bit of them is thick. It's big, broad shoulders.
I don't know.
It's thick forearms, thighs, calves.
I don't know why there's become this discrepancy between the way little girls grow and little boys grow. When I was younger, it was like an inch or two. They were like an inch or two taller than us till we hit like 5th or 6th grade. Now they've got a good 1.5 feet, sometimes even 2 feet, and 100 pounds on the boys. If he never needs any help with schoolwork, I'd be glad to come over.
They have to put them in the back of the classroom or the boys won't be able to see the chalkboard from over their heads.
It's like 2 species. It's like Chihuahuas with St. Bernards. I don't know what happens with them. Someone says it's the steroids in chickens, but I don't know for a fact.
I don't know. You get a big 6-foot 3rd grade girl in there dropping a Hogan leg drop on you.
Yeah, we're not
That's
fighting.
brutal.
We're not fighting girls. But that one will be how many you can have sex with. And I'm still going to go 50.
And still use the sickle.
I have to tell you, that women are more ruthless than men.
And what?
Well, a woman will jump and grab your hair and pull you down.
That's true.
They'll jump down on the ground and bite your ankle.
Right.
They'll kick you in the they'll kick you in the groin.
Particularly if you're trying to steal their baby. Have you ever noticed that? If you try to steal a woman's baby, they will come at you with everything they have.
That sounds like the voice of experience.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, even a sickle won't slow them down. I understand you're sitting in. How many 9-year-olds could you beat up? Seriously. And I want you to be totally honest.
And they're bum rushing me now.
Oh, yeah,
changing
bum
the rules a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if I even like that. I like one at a time.
One at a time, I'd say, 50 plus.
Right.
But as a bum rush, it's kind of chaotic. I'd go with sort of 15 to 20.
I'm going to tell you right now, too. The one, if they bum rush, they come at me that way, a couple of them are getting killed. I mean, before I was just knocking them out. But even if I have to smother a couple on my way down, I'm going to kill them. And I'm going to know that maybe I lost this fight to this 9-year-olds, but there's going to be some crying parents later.
Smother?
Yeah.
And how would you do that?
I mean, if they're pulling on top of me, I'm going to put a couple underneath me and make sure I smother them. It has to happen. Derek, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, 19043.
That's old school. Way to go, buddy.
How about retarded kids with a mongoloid strength trained by Master Poe?
Well, first of all, they're going to have, super strength. On the other hand, Master Poe's not going to be able to train them.
Oh, okay.
All right? So, if you're fighting retarded kids, best thing to do there is to try to confuse them at first. My thing would be yell, hey, did you hear Scooby-Doo died? And get them upset about that. And so that they're completely disoriented.
That will at least get them so upset that their eyes are closed and they're looking down. They'll go windmill on you with their arms.
Then it's over, my friend, because I have been caught by them before. And I'll tell you this. They can catch you with a forearm. There's something about a retarded kid's forearm. It's more like an aluminum bat. And Master Poe, you probably know more about this than me. Why are their forearms just so strong?
Everyone's forearm is this part of your arm.
But we don't use it, I guess, right?
Exactly.
I think it's from coming out of the birth canal and someone trying to shove them back in when they're trying to be born. Just fighting with those forearms to get out.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think that's where it comes from?
Yeah.
The other thing about them is the speed is phenomenal because they walk on tippy toes. And I don't know, Master Poe, I know you work with kids. Could you do something where you force them onto their tippy toes like a retarded kid and then later let them run?
So you want this retarded kid to run on their toes?
Well, I'm saying, they're going to do that naturally.
Yeah.
What I want to do is somehow get a helmet on them at an early age and get them out on the field playing like an outside linebacker.
Well, that's good.
Well, you'd have to start from the very beginning. I mean, if they are retarded...
Take them away from their mother at birth.
Okay. If they are retarded and you want them to train, then you train them on eye-hand coordination, balance, strength. You would give them all the tools necessary and then later on teach them the next level.
But how do you get them to focus? How do you get them not to freak out if you say, hey, you got that girl pregnant, now you have to marry her? And then That always confuses them.
Because they will.
I never had that problem.
They'll go running for the stand.
Well, guess
leave the
what?
football field.
Now you're going to have to get married because she's pregnant. And then
it goes into. Then it's not even words. It's like a rabbit shriek when a rabbit gets hurt.
Yeah.
Then it's just like a.
Yeah. And when they're coming after you, I mean, the only thing you can do is start throwing candy behind your head, and hopefully they'll stop and get it, because they will run you down with that speed from walking on their toes. So when are you training these kids, Master Poe?
When am I starting to train?
Yeah, when does that start? Master Poe's school of the start of self-defense.
Yeah, that tippy-toe walking, that makes that Achilles tendon like a steel wire, steel coil.
Yeah.
And the calves just get built up super strong, too. And it's like having a kangaroo come at you.
You know, Fez and I have a dream of taking these kids, and I'm sure a lot of the parents don't want them. You take them at an early age. You train them for pro football. I mean, that's all they're thinking about. Get ball, get ball, get ball. The only problem is how we're going to get them through college. I guess go to a school like Alabama.
Yeah, something like that where no one's going to notice.
Fairly easy to get through.
Yeah, you just, just keep moving them.
Maybe some of those kids would win student athlete down there. It would be great. Here's Jerry. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I'm just thinking, wouldn't it be like putting Master Poe in a ring with him, like Keanu Reeves in that movie The Matrix?
Yeah, Master Poe is really being humble today. I honestly think that he could take over 1,000.
Well, I don't know. In the beginning, I'm going to be thrown off because they are 9-year-olds.
Mm-hmm. You got that effect.
You got to get your head.
Okay, we're in make-believe land.
No. No, we'd probably be held in somewhere in the tri-state area.
I see.
And I really am going to try to set this up. I'm going to talk with Wiki about if we do this as a promotion.
I see. And they're not wearing anything.
Well, they're naked?
No.
What are you saying? I'm very confused. Now
give me 1,000.
Now this is Fez's make-believe land.
I didn't know this was Naked Ninja style.
No, they're not wearing any equipment. We discussed that. We know that. They don't have...
A lot of their equipment isn't developed fully.
And I almost see this more as a fight to the death. You know what I mean? I don't want any referees here, because let's face it, right off the bat, these kids are cheating, not us.
If you're using, all right, hypothetically, if you're using your entire body,
right,
your fists, your elbows, your head, your knee, your feet,
right,
and your palms and whatever other techniques that you can...
And ass.
I'm sorry.
Don't put your ass on them.
You may have to sit on a couple.
If you sit on them, they'll jump on your head then.
Yeah, you be careful.
You can't sit on them.
You be careful, Haystack, when you try that finishing move of yours.
If they get the horseshoe from around my neck, I'm in trouble.
All right, Chris has come up with an interesting idea. Chris, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddy. It's great to have you back.
It's great to be back.
I think the way to go actually would be ground fighting. Just choke these little bastards out. Maybe, break a couple arms with a couple arm bars. I think...
what do you think about that, Mr. Poe? You take them to the ground.
Well, as soon as you take one down to the ground, the other one's going to jump on your face, and then another one's going to grab your left leg, and they're going to pull you from every angle. Plus jump in the air and stomp on your face.
I'm digging one of their eyeballs out with my thumb before I'm out of there. I swear to God I will. And then I'll show that to the other ones.
How do you think the fight went? You just put up a thumbs up with an eyeball on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pop that in my mouth and spit it out, and you'll see some grossed out kids.
Yeah.
I am so furious with these 9-year-olds that they think they're going to line up against us and catch us one at a time. What I want to do is get a bunch of us to attack a 9-year-old and see how they fucking like it.
Well, you got to send a message.
Sure. And that message is it ain't over. Yeah, it is a fatty.
As it goes through the 3rd grade.
Hey, Joe, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron Fez, Master Poe. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right.
Good. I got a suggestion for you guys. Years ago, when I used to wrestle with my dad, me and my brothers would just bum rush him.
Sure.
And he wasn't a big guy. He's a regular-sized guy. He would stack us on top of each other.
Sure. I mean, it's no problem at all when everybody has been tried to wrestle their dad or their big brother or their uncle, and it's nothing to wrestle a kid. And that's your thing of 3. Let me drop it down this way. How many 3-year-olds do you think before you gave up, Fez?
I mean, they can't even walk.
That's what I'm trying to point out to them.
Yeah, the 3-year-olds would be easy.
All right, so how many? Give me a number.
50 3-year-olds.
50 3-year-olds. I'd be dicing them up like sandwiches. Dicing them up like sandwiches. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Fez.
Hey, boys, I had a question for Poe. I just want to know, what's the worst ass beating he's ever given somebody?
Is this something you like to sit around and think about, Master Poe?
I don't know what you're talking about. Self-defense?
Yeah.
Well, just in a situation. I mean, have you ever been out and about, you're at a bar, someone starts some shit, and then you laid into them?
A few things happened in my lifetime.
Yeah. Stuff where you were cruising around with your friends drunk, so a minority hopped out.
All self-defense.
All defending yourself.
Yeah, you got to keep defending yourself like me against these 9-year-olds, because there's a lot of them. Bastards. Look at that kid up there. He's age 6. He's on TV right now. I guess he's been scattered in the hurricane. How quick before... Do you think you can knock him out in one punch, Fez? Or let me ask you this. If you punch a 6-year-old on TV right now, he's been lost in the hurricane, kill him?
Yeah.
One punch kill him?
Yeah.
I don't think you could.
Yeah, I think so.
Suppose, looking at Fez, he has no training whatsoever.
None.
You think he could kill a kid with one punch?
Well, if I teach him in 15 minutes, he can.
Congratulations, Fez, if you're ready to make that commitment.
15 minutes to kill.
Could he kill Harry? And something that you would teach him in 15 minutes?
Sure.
Nice. Fez, maybe
I better not learn it then.
You do need the confidence, even if you don't use any of these skills, and I hope you never have to. But I can tell by the way we're talking to you today, you need a little more confidence in your physical self.
Yeah, that would help.
Fez has only been in one fight in his whole life. That one went down as a loss.
Yeah, that was, I was coming home from the 7-Eleven. I had just gotten a Slurpee.
Yeah, let me guess. You were getting some snacks. Chubbsy is hungry in the middle of the day down in Florida.
And I was walking back down the road to my house, and these two kids came up from behind me, and they grabbed my bike, and they wouldn't let my bike go. And I was forced off of my bike.
Girl's bike?
No, it was a nice bike.
Yeah, but was there the bar there?
No, because the last bike I had had fallen on it, so they decided we didn't want to have that happen again.
So, girl's bike.
Yeah. So they grabbed my bike, and they were going to take my bike and everything.
Is this when they started to call you a fat gay kid, or what did they say? What did they say first?
It was fat first.
Fat.
Fat always came first. And it was these two shirtless boys in cut-off dungaree shorts, and they had king fishing poles. Apparently they had been fishing. We had a lot of woods around the house. They had been fishing out in the woods. And then what happened was they took my bike and they threw it in the ditch there. And then as I was trying to get away from them, one of them clocked me from behind right in the ear.
So what'd you do?
I kept going. I didn't stop my pace at all, really. I kept stumbling forward and just screamed, "That didn't hurt."
Good one.
And just kept going.
Through your tears.
Yeah.
That didn't hurt.
And left the bike there in the ditch.
You that furious when you showed up home without a bike?
No, because I didn't tell anyone.
Oh, good.
I just waited a while and went back and got my bike out of the ditch. Yeah.
Where did he strike you?
Your urine-soaked bike.
Right in the ear. Right in the ear hole. Hit me.
Pushing it home with your red ear.
Yeah, I couldn't even get back on it to ride it home. There was no way. It just wasn't happening.
Just out of what, your own sadness?
Yeah, just...
Why would people be so mean? Like, that had to occur to you?
That and, still just shaking like a leaf. Where the point of, I'm not even going to be able to get on bar or no bar in the middle of this thing. I'm not going to be able to get on this bike.
Fatty can't ride.
One of the things that you just said that's interesting is the areas that you're striking. He struck you in the back of the head on the side by the ear?
Yeah.
Okay, so your equilibrium was shot. You were dizzy. You couldn't,
It rung.
You dropped your Slurpee?
Oh, the Slurpee was gone the minute I was being, held back on my bike. They had the handlebars in the back of it.
So the
Slurpee was gone immediately.
That's what hurt your feelings the most, that sweet ice just going right down the sewer. With your dreams and your dignity.
You know my love of frozen sugar water.
I heard this story from his dad and his brother and his mom, and they were out the window laughing, looking up.
Yeah, you think they would have come down the street a little.
Is that when they hit you with the nickname Fartley?
That's about when it started. Yeah.
That hurts.
I don't know how it networked through the neighborhood at that point. There was no internet or cell phones at that point.
There was no telephone at that point when you were a kid.
We had phones.
It was you and
the party line.
You and Fatty Arbuckle lived in the one part of town.
So that was my one fight experience.
After that, you start carrying a knife?
No. I quit riding the bike for a while.
Then how'd you make all those sandwiches for yourself at school? After that, you start to stay inside and cook more?
Yeah, then I found my love of television, of daytime television, after school shows.
Hey, Scott, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing?
Hey, Scott.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What do you got, buddy?
I think one of your previous callers pointed out the type of kid that would be coming into the ring after you.
Right.
Today's kids, mostly soccer playing little pansies. They don't know how to take a hit. They don't know how to give a hit. I think you're going to knock out a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, that is the truth. And I'm telling you, everybody is shocked when you get hit. If you're in a bar fight or whatever, no one is thinking after they get hit. There's no way to train to be able to take a hit better, right, Master Pell?
Well, that's not true. If you're comfortable, if you're in the ring and you're constantly fighting all the time,
right,
then you're tempering your body.
Right.
So eventually, your body will get tough enough to absorb.
Well, you're almost numb to pain.
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah.
It really depends on your training. But getting back to what we were talking about before, you're going to get tired. It's as simple as that. You will get tired. After a certain amount of punches, you're going to be exhausted. And if you think that you can do 100 kids, that's not going to happen.
I slept for days after two young fishermen got me.
All right, let's grab Steve real quick, because I know he's a battler. And, I don't want to stay with this one thing forever, but it drives me crazy to hear how some people just have no belief. All right, Steve, I don't know whether you heard the premise that we went through, and I've seen you. You're a guy who is ready to scrap. You took on that
Tito Ortiz, yeah.
Tito Ortiz, which to me, the balls to just say, here's a man who's a vicious killer. Yeah, Tito, I'm ready for you.
Of course.
Now, 9-year-olds, they're coming after you.
How many of them?
That's it. How many of them can you handle? How many of them can you fight off before you finally succumb?
Or you jump in the hybrid and take off.
You too, huh? Thank you. My first instinct would not be to fight 9-year-olds, only because I think there's got to be you got to have a screw loose somewhere.
All right, but let's do this. Let's take it up a notch. Right. Nazis have your parents. They will kill them unless you fight these 9-year-olds. You're doing this to save your family.
I think I've said about all I'm going to say to my parents. They can go with God. No, that's all right. If I absolutely had to fight 9-year-olds,
yes,
I could probably get about a dozen of them down before they really piled on. They're sort of like big cockroaches at that point.
I would just love to see Steve just punch a 9-year-old after 9-year-old.
I mean, if really given a choice, I mean, are they knife wielding 9-year-olds? Do they have guns?
No, white kids, non-retarded.
Oh.
Non-retarded whites.
Non-retarded whites.
That's the key.
Yeah. We're making this as easily as possible.
Then I might have to up that to maybe 20. I could take on 29-year-olds, but if the choice has been completely eliminated for me and I have to fight 9-year-olds. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming in and giving us your expertise. Fez,
thank you.
You're still going to tap out at 3.
3? Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez Show.
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, The Ron and Fez Show.
XM 202.
La madre chingada, es lo mejor de Ron y Fez.
my window.
There's a new one. It's Sam Moore's brand new album. Welcome to the show, Sam. How are you,
Thank you, my dear friend. How are you?
Fantastic. Fantastic album that you've released now.
It's overnight sensational. It's in stores now. We just heard the track I Can't Stand the Rain that you did with Winona Judd.
Right.
You put this together in L.A.? Because it's a lot of different people on with you, right?
Well, there is a lot of people on there.
Mm-hmm.
It started out with nobody, because when I went to the record company, I had, thinking about it, sitting here, I had about 6 songs that I was that I wanted to do, as a single artist, and I wound up sitting there with them, and they said, "Well, these are the songs, Sam, whatever." And I said, "Yeah." They said, "Well, you know what? Ray Charles has done something, and blah blah blah. This person has done something. What would you sing with?" And I said, "Nobody."
Right.
I want to get signed myself.
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, no. We understand, but just say you were going to do something." And I, at the flip of the mouth, because I was getting a little perturbed with them, going, So I called a couple of names, and they said, "Oh, okay. You think you can get them?" I don't know. But once we got into talking about signing and what I wanted to do and whatnot, the word got out by Roger Friedman. And he's going through all these affairs and whatnot. Sam Moore's recording. Well, how you say that? How do you come up with something like that? I mean, when the ink is not even dry on the contract yet. It stopped, But it went on, and the next thing I knew, everybody was calling in.
People that wanted to record with you. Was that surprising to you that so many big names would be lining up like this?
Yeah, Yeah, because if you noticed on the album, there are a lot of stadium, big stars, man. From Sting and Johnny Bon Jovi and
Mariah Carey, Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, it's kind of you're going, hey man, these are just songs that I want to sing, right? But no, these guys started saying, if I can't come, Randy, will you send me the file? And then he said, Sam, so I want to sing with you. I'm sending them. Okay, so, and I said, well, a lot of people, they do play instruments, and I said, well, the ones that tell them if they want to just play an instrument part, like Billy Gibbons or something like that. If you want to just play something, come on. If you want to sing and don't play, every one of them said, no, I want to sing with him.
Because I've always had the feeling of Sam Moore, like you are pretty down to earth. You never really went after the star treatment, never needed. Yeah. You've been known to be a guy who'll play clubs, big places, whatever it takes.
I don't. Yeah. And I'm still that way today. I did that once upon a time, and I learned the lesson. I was here. I was living in New York at the time, and at the old time, you go in to see another act play, and somebody says, "Oh, there's Sam and Dave in the house.
Right.
Maybe can we get him up here and sing a couple of songs?" Okay, So I jumped up on the stage. Dave jumped up on the stage, and we started singing. And we sang another one. After one song, I sang another one, and then I sang another. So when we came off, I remember so well. That was during the time Billy Eckstein was alive. He was sitting in there, and he said, "Hey, you assholes." What was that? And I said, what? We just, got to help out. We were just singing, man. He said, now who in the hell want to come and hear you two stupid asses up there saying did a whole show with somebody else? I learned from there. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. I never did it again, and I I never have. I'm pretty sure Dave did it because I've heard times that he did do it, but I never did that again.
The legendary Sam Moore hanging out today. Brand new album, Fez.
His brand new CD is Overnight Sensational. That is in stores now. You can also get it at rhino.com and more information about it on sammoore.net.
It's great to hear some of these people that you don't hear doing R&B, don't hear them doing soul music, coming in and singing your style. Did that kind of surprise you that they wanted to come in and sing with you, not only to sing with you, but to do the old Sam and Dave style that you kind of...
That's why I think that's why we call it. Randy and I talked about this. Mm-hmm. This is why we call it collaborations. Right. Because we're not harmonizing or blending. It's sort of like a call and response. Mm-hmm. You know, you take the Bruce Springsteen thing. We heard something in there where he could do like a C.L. Franklin, Aretha Franklin's father, something like that. That was pretty neat. You know, so yeah, it was surprising that those hip stars was to do it.
Right. Well, did you enjoy the Springsteen song as well?
Yeah.
All right, let's play that one, Earl. What's the song?
That is Better to Have and Not Need.
Yeah.
Sam Moore with Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, somebody. The sermon today is about a song I love so much. You know I can't get no more. Girl, you just don't give me no more. Listen to me. You're gone and lost that. But you won't see me packing up my clothes. You better believe me when I tell you. Better to have it, don't need, than to need it, don't have. But better to have it, don't need, than to need it, don't have. You know that a man with kind of woman is gonna be bad. Brother man, listen. Girl, you cost me so much. But you haven't no more money, mama, it is. You better know it, yeah. Friends stop by my house. But you know there won't be no.
album is Overnight Sensational. That was Better to Have and Not Need. Sam Moore with Bruce Springsteen.
Yes.
Really fun to hear Springsteen singing in that style, too. Sometimes if you see him do a live show, you can pick that up, but very rarely do you hear that on an album.
Yeah. And that's the idea, because it's very rare that you would hear him doing something like that.
Yeah.
On a recording. Live, yes, you'll hear him do that.
Right.
And that is something we wanted to bring out. Well, I knew about it, but everybody just wanted to bring it out.
Over the years, have you ever tried to figure out how many live shows that you've done, or is it just impossible to know?
It's impossible.
Yeah.
From opening for snakes and midgets and all that kind of stuff, I don't know.
I was talking about this earlier. The movie, which was, I think, Only the Strong Survive, which was about all the soul survivors. Your career went up and down. Mm-hmm. And in hindsight, do you think that gave you a richer life? I mean, do you think some of the bad times help you sing the kind of music you can sing today? At this point in your career.
No, when you go back and you've seen what you've done to that temple or that God-given talent,
mm-hmm.
and if you survive it, like I did, then you find you got people that really cares about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't know that much about that world,
right?
Because it's an enrichment, to you that you say, well, this is where it is with me. I've done this now, so maybe this is the end. This is it. I'll just, and I'm speaking about this broad,
mm-hmm.
Sitting here next to me. But when you give up like that, and you have somebody say, well, I don't know that much, but I'll do the best I can. And you know what you've been through.
Yeah.
And the doors have been closed. They've been closed. And they're locked. And they come over and say, I'm just going to keep it open. Just keep on going. Keep it in. It's gratifying.
And it is. I mean, your life came back, and, maybe it's through love. Maybe it's through luck and love. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is how many people can say that they're sitting here today after the career you had with this kind of people performing with them.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Especially, it's supposed to be a man's world and
right.
all that old stuff. And then you got somebody that, like I said, that's not into that world. From you coming into a world that's really rough.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Integration, segregation, all this stuff is all mixed up into one. Politics. And people that you don't even know, she doesn't even know, going, whoa, you're running into it. And these are heavyweights.
Right.
And I'm going, oh my gosh, she's going to talk to this person. And these people. It's gratifying.
It's a great album. Sam Moore's brand new album.
His latest CD, Overnight Sensational. That's in stores now. You can also get it at rhino.com and sammoore.net.
Earl, you've been living with this album in your headphones for the last couple of days. What's your favorite?
I like the song If I Had No Loot, because it's a Tony jam.
How
did you come up with that one, Sam?
I don't know. How did I come up with that? Because, listen, a lot of times, watch this, a lot of times I would be in the behind the mic.
Right.
And they would catch me back there, and I would be standing there, and they would be in there, Rand and Joyce would be in there talking, and I'm just waiting for the next line or something, and they say, come on in, and then they'll come up with a song, and that's how it really happened.
Well, let's give it a listen. And Sam Moore, it was a pleasure having you here today.
Thank you, my friend.
Huge fan for many, many years, and great to see at this point of your career bringing out an album like this. It's wonderful.
I did okay.
You did fantastic.
Thank you.
You made us all proud.
Get the brand new album in stores now, Overnight Sensational, Mr. Sam Moore.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, so y'all. I'm just glad I know the truth. Saying my words, and I'll never ever depend on you. I ain't gonna depend on you. Only one my glad I know the truth. In my own bill, I never ever depend on you. For this now. Well, that's one reason she wanted me from the get-go. She wouldn't even talk to me. She said, call me your friend. You only want my business. I'm not to you if I had no name. I'm just glad I know the truth. I'm paying my own business. I'll never, ever depend on you.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202. Doggy is the best of Ron and Fez.
Here's the worst form of racism to me, Earl. Maybe I'm wrong, because it should be up to you. Here's where I get my most uncomfortable. First of all, you have your typical racists that they just hate race and they're upfront about it. Two, you have the people who act like they're not racist, but then behind closed doors they spout their racist view. The third kind of racist, the most uncomfortable, is the one that as they are talking to a black person, they attempt to talk more street, more ghetto, and get more and more annoying that way. Now, has anyone ever done that to you, Earl?
Oh, all the time. I've encountered all three.
Do you have someone that we all know that becomes more black when talking to you?
No, you don't know directly. I've had white friends that I, went to school with.
Yeah.
They suddenly became more black when they were in my presence, but then the second I was gone or whatever,
right,
they just became them. They became quote-unquote white again.
Fezzy and I have a good friend that when we would be talking to black people would all but like give me some skin. I mean, he would really go to 1970s black, like Rolo. He fucking would turn into Rolo, and it would be so cringe-inducing that I can't even comprehend it.
A lot of hey brother, brother got used an awful lot,
and even like you knows what I would literally have to leave. It would really, and he thought he was relating. He thought he was doing something good. In the vein of this, Fez, we have a tape that was sent to us by a hot young DJ who runs by the name of Crazy Jen. Now, Crazy Jen says she's from Jersey, right?
Yeah, from Trenton, New Jersey.
Right. And then she moved down south, so she sounds completely southern all the time.
Yeah, I think she sounds total hayseed.
She sounds like Hillbilly Jim. She's down south. She's doing an interview on her little internet radio show with an actor by the name of what, Fez?
Rodney Perry.
Now, I have no idea who Rodney Perry is. Apparently, he has done some of the movies that are out there and some TV stuff.
Yeah, I think he's done some Comedy Central stuff.
Okay. Anybody know him? Earl, do you know him?
Not familiar.
Nobody does. IMDb him if you can, and we'll find out any place we can get a hold of him. So, and let's try to get a hold of Crazy Jen, too. Because, and I don't know what hours she works during the daytime. But she sent me this and said, if you like it, do you think you will run it? I started listening to it, Fez. I could not stop wincing. I was wincing. It was like seeing a car wreck, okay? But in the middle of the wreck, a woman gets raped. The woman that was driving gets raped and then has a forced abortion. and the fetus is still trying to live.
What are the odds?
That's how I felt listening to this. So the guy's name is what, Fez?
Rodney Perry. Here's some of the things he's done. He was in Johnson Family Vacation.
Okay.
As Cousin Lump. So Fresh, So Clean, a down and dirty comedy. He was Levy there.
Well, I will tell you this. You won't get anything from this listening to the interview. There will be no hookup. She doesn't say who she's talking to or why in the interview. So I wanted to kind of set up who the gentleman was. Now, the problem is there's terrible sound quality where she's loud and you can barely hear the guy. But really focus on her anyway, because there's no reason to care about what he's saying. All right, let's take a listen to this. Crazy Jen, her brand new interview show, which is on thecosmiccircus.com.
How you doing? I'm good. I seen you on EBT a couple times. I'm a little nervous here.
Don't be nervous, baby.
You know, you're funny as hell. You on a Johnson? Yeah, we're on. We're on. It's called my show's called Almost Live from the Trailer. Ain't nobody thought I could get some Hollywood celebrity to interview in the trailer park. I said, you know what? I said, I know Rodney Perry. I seen his work, and I said, my man is down to earth. And
all right, Fez, you've listened. You know her quite a bit. There's no way she talks in this accent already.
Yeah, she's already putting on, because she's so excited she's got this guy on the phone.
Yeah.
So she's already putting it on nice and thick.
He knows what it is to struggle. You come from Louisiana? Yeah, I'm from Trenton.
All right, let's just stop it for a second again. Why should he know what it is to struggle? She has no idea who he is, what his background is, and yet she assumed he's black, so he had to come apart. And immediately, what did she try to say? I'm from the ghetto. I'm from bad times.
Yeah, and she already starts changing her grammar. You from Louisiana? Like he's a po' boy or something.
That's a sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
You know about Trenton?
So uncomfortable.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Is my phone all messed up?
No, I can hear you good, sweetie. Hey, first of all, I just want to say, man, I really love your show. I'm glad you asked me to be on. I got my kids in the back seat right now. I'm driving through Los Angeles. So I'm a little ghetto myself. I think ghetto and trailer parks is right in the same level.
Now, Rodney, let me ask you a question. For your kids, when they act up in the back seat, do you use the VCR or do you use the back of your hand?
What the hell? Right away, why talk about beating his children?
And let me ask you.
Well, she does have to act. Earl, you know her. She doesn't speak this way, right?
No, not at all. She's usually, I'm a big, dumb, southern redneck retard.
But I also want to point out, she's not out to try to hurt his feelings or mock him. She's just so crazy that she's becoming him like a down-home zealot.
No, but in trying not to, she's actually done that.
Yes, obviously. The uncomfortability is through the roof.
You can hear his horror.
Let me ask you, you gotta give them children the back of your hand? All right, go ahead.
You use them both. I got you. See, back in my... You ain't... I hear her screaming now. Good man.
What?
Hey, kids, how you doing? Your dad is cool, huh? Will your kids think that... Hey, how old's your kid?
I got my 3-year-old in the car right now. I'm going to pick up my son who's 12.
Now, who's the bad one?
Who's the bad one?
Yeah, 'cause you know there's one bad one.
My little one is the bad one right now. She's the queen of the house right now.
She's smart as hell, though, isn't she?
Oh, man, my God. It's amazing how you raise these children, man, and they pick up so much. I mean, my 5-year-old can go and click around the internet, and she understands how to get on websites, and so, you know, it's amazing
She's already doing back in the day talk.
She's old school.
Yeah. What is she doing? What is she hip-hop, Jen? Crazy Jen has her own radio show. And who is this she's interviewing on it looks like through 2 Dixie cups and some string?
This is actor Rodney Perry.
Who? No offense, but who?
Computer games and everything? They never put no quarters in no video games, you know?
We still put quarters in video games. The video arcade is not a piece of Americana from our past. It still exists. Go to a mall.
Back in the day, you got McDonald's once a week, you know? Back in my day, we did the orange cheese in the cartons, the thick orange cheese. We did government cheese. I don't know if you know anything about government cheese.
I had a couple of slices of government cheese.
Did you?
Back in the day, government cheese was almost like meat.
You see, and my mama, she would say, you know, you never go hungry. You have macaroni and cheese slices, tomato and cheese. When you're poor, they hook up.
What is the point of this? What is the point of this, Moms Mabley? Why are you bringing this up to this man?
She's talking about her mama.
Mama back in the day.
I think Mr. Perry might think she's black.
Why wouldn't he? At this point, he's never met her, and he's like, remember back in the day? You asked me, whoa, what are you doing, Jen?
And when did we move to food stamps instead of the government actually handing out hunks of cheese?
Every black comic does when the government handed out cheese. One time, there was some extra cheese that they handed out to people. And that has been done by stand-ups for the last 20 years.
What's up, man?
Hey, and that cheese stick to your ribs. You would never be too scared messing with that cheese.
Oh, you ain't kidding. You knew you were poor when your milk had instructions to add some water into it, too.
Now she's not only black, she's a black slave from the 1800s. What is she doing, Earl?
I just think, what's next?
Yes, master. She's Steve Martin from The Jerk.
It is unbelievable. All right, keep it going.
Man, I have powdered milk. My mama had the Thanksgiving dinners delivered to the door in that nice basket. Don't play. And this is back in
What does this have to do with an interview? What is she up to?
She's recording a conversation. That's all this is. A conversation that, most people just have. It's Southern psychobabble.
What's the name of her show? Depression Babies?
I think it's Crazy Jen from the trailer, live from the trailer.
Almost live from the trailer.
Which she's never lived in a trailer in her life. There's no reason to do this act. She has a nice apartment.
Today, when they had the real food stamps, they didn't use them cards, and I was like, it was like Monopoly money. I'm 6. My mom's like, go get me a pack of Newports. I can hardly look over the counter. She said, you better.
So, Jen, when can I come meet you face to face?
I'm gonna come down to Hollywood. Is that where you living now?
I live in Los Angeles,
Somewhere in that area.
I'll come over. You go cook?
I got a club every Friday night called the Comedy Union, and you can go online at thecomedyunion.com.
Okay. I'm gonna come. You let me crash at your place?
Oh, you can't tell me I got 5 kids and wife and 2 kids.
I tell you, I'm nanny on the side too. I watch your babies. You give me some food, I'll hook them all up.
All right, now she's turned into a mammy, it's a reverse mammy where she's taking care of babies.
I watch all your babies.
It's like a redneck Hazel.
As if Hazel was missing her front teeth.
You don't need nothing, Ed. I seen some bad kids. I used to work in this place, and it was I don't know if your kids go to preschool, but I worked in a ghetto daycare.
Oh, Jesus.
You ain't never seen no badass kids. You work in a ghetto daycare.
Hey, what's the baddest kid you ever saw?
They be chewing bucking at you, you know? ain't
All right, hold on. Bucking at you. What's that mean? Like the bucks?
What's two and bucking?
Like bucking, like when you get shot at it, you hear buck shots, but I never hear bucking. What the fuck?
All right, so she's acting like the 2-year-olds are shooting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awful.
It is. It's bad. It's worse than...
Around your house? Was they pissed off another 5-year-old?
Yeah, they call him the fire starter.
And I'll tell you what though, they say the violence from kids these days is on TV. We used to watch Tom and Jerry and shit. Ain't nobody smacking anybody in the head with a hammer. You know?
Tom and Jerry was way more violent than anything else.
Tom and Jerry. And Heckle and Jekyll. You remember Heckle and Jekyll?
Oh, God. Why bring up Heckle and Jekyll, the blackbirds, to the black man?
Couple of black-faced magpies.
This guy's got to be thinking, what am I doing on the phone with this psycho?
Yeah, then after that, I watched Amos and Andy.
How old is she with Heckle and Jekyll coming on? That was the 30s.
Them, yeah, they were some gay-ass scarecrows, weren't they? And let me tell you, I'm gonna see how much you know. And you knew Saturday morning cartoons were over when Solid Gold came on. What? You see, I know all about Solid Gold.
Who used to be on there though? What famous comedian?
Oh shit! I remember Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson. In my head. Arsenio Hall. What? You a big Arsenio Hall fan?
I'm more of a Eddie Murphy fan, but I think Arsenio's super talented though.
Oh, yeah. Let me ask you this. If you could go back in the day and star in one of them old school comedies, either Eddie Murphy or School Days or House Party, what would you be in?
If I could go back and star in a movie, you know, I'm a big.
All right, if there was a black time machine, where would your black ass get in? What is she doing, Earl?
I have no... I'm awaiting it. Remember when James Brown was on Soul Train with Don Corney? Ugh. Oh, my God.
Remember when
awful.
Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier?
I remember when Joe Louis knocked out that German, Max Schmeling.
She acts like the man cannot talk about anything but black things. And she hasn't asked him about his career, nothing. Or said his name even once, right?
No, that is it. We got it, I think, right up front. And that might have been it.
This is crazy, Jen, doing an interview with an actor.
Rodney Perry is his name.
Now, because Rodney Perry is a black man, Jen decides she needs to turn black.
So I'm like, let's do it again, or one of those movies, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Bill Cosby used to tear it up. I don't know,
tear it up.
To be in that movie, let's do it again. I think that's one of the best black movies, you know, of all time. But don't get me wrong, I would love to have been in the 5 Heartbeats. That's my favorite movie right there.
You know what? I met, who is it? Is it Otis Williams?
Oh.
Is it Otis Williams? That was Temptations, wasn't it?
Right.
Otis Williams, and I asked him, I said, Otis, you realize who you are? He said, yeah. He said, I gotta get up 4 o'clock in the morning and work that shit. I said, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the...
What is she doing?
And once I met Smokey Robinson, and I said, boy, you Smokey.
And he said, yes, Elvis, yeah. I'm sure he didn't talk this way. Who was Otis Williams in the Temps?
He was one of the founding members of it. I think he's the only one that's still alive out of the original Temptations.
And she met him? Where?
God knows where.
She had just gone insane at this point.
Gone insane? She came into the son of a bitch insane.
It's true. How things going now? You like Hollywood?
Everything is going real good. I'm about to shoot a DVD on the 28th of this month. I'm producing it myself. It's called the Next Level Comedy Series. Light Skin and Dark Skin. It's me and my light skin boy David Arnold. And we put it together, and we're doing a DVD, man. And you know, there's so many products out there that all look the same. So we want to do this more like an HBO special. So it's gonna be both of us doing a half-hour piece, and it's gonna be housed on one DVD with extras and everything.
Let me ask you a question. You know, we got all these channels now. You know, satellite TV and stuff, and you can't hardly find anything funny on TV. What's up with these people? Are they like is no creativity or like you? I mean, you're funny as hell. I said, but they put out some stupid ass movies like that Harold and Kumar and all. Like it seems like, and I ain't getting on the white people or anything, but they put out some stupid ass motherfucking movies.
All right, hold on. Let's stop there.
You gotta be kidding me.
You are white, Jen. As you're speaking down to white people, you're white, you maniac. You have completely turned into something that you're not.
I thought she was white too, but she said
I am putting down white people.
It went into a minstrel show.
Black people put out some motherfucking bad shit movies.
Earl, I see that you're in shock.
If you can hear me, you can hear the sound of me tapping out. I'm like, stop this, please. I cannot take it anymore.
And how about this? Like, he just goes, you funny.
Now I believe the car crash has ended, the rape has started, and we're coming into the abortion area. It's starting as we follow along in 3 acts. That's where we're going.
You mean it gets worse?
Oh, yes. Now the real uncomfortability starts.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's happening out there in Hollywood is that there's kind of a trend, and Hollywood goes through the same trend that America goes through. So you may not see any ethnic or people of color, and then all of a sudden you'll see us in everything. So all we got to do is when we get our chance, we just got to put out quality products so we can keep things seen.
I mean, I think that's so sad too. I mean, you know, and I don't know. Are you big Tyler Perry fan? You big Tyler Perry fan?
Another black person I can throw at you.
I do like Tyler Perry. I saw him live this year, and I was really amazed at how talented this guy was, man. He is really a pleasure to watch. My wife and I went and saw this play at the Kodak Theater here in Los Angeles, and let me tell you something. This dude put on a show, and the funniest part of the show was when he was impromptu.
Right.
Impromptu.
And you know, and
he does a lot of improv right off the top of his head, which is amazing.
And that Medea character, let me tell you, she's just off the hook. But the thing is, though, like, every white person I talk to, they're like, Tyler who? Medea? I mean, and, you know, I talk to any black person, and they already bought the tape. They got the live version.
You know what happened, and this is just the reality of America.
It's sad.
As a black entertainer, you really can't exist without, well, you can exist, but if you really want to blow up, you got to make white people laugh. But, you know, there are people that never, ever have to entertain black people. You know, they just don't have to. So it's just a new, and Tyler Perry, he's bleeping on their radar now because he just did a movie that made $80,000, you know, $80 million, I mean. So they know who he is now, but 2 years ago they didn't.
I mean, you would just think that funny is funny universal. I mean, I challenge any white person or any person at all to watch Showtime at the Apollo and watch a motherfucker get booed off the stage and not laugh their ass off. Now, back in the day...
Well, funny is funny, Dan. Funny is funny, but what happens is that, and it's nobody's fault.
Right.
It's just that we all culturally chime into different things. Just culturally, you know. It's nobody's fault, but it is what it is, though.
But do you watch some of these comedians or people who think they're funny and just cringe and going, oh, come on.
Yes, I'm doing it now.
I mean,
well, I think everybody has their place, you know. And then sometimes you can see a comedian before they're ready.
Right.
You know, I'm a big fan of comedy. Anytime somebody's making people laugh,
right.
I'm probably going to like them because ultimately they're lighting people's burdens, and that's what it's all about.
I'll tell you what, though. I have a true appreciation for what you do. I said,
I'm trying to become it.
All I gotta do is get up there, crack some jokes. I tried open night mic a couple times. They announced my name. I got on stage. I was like, oh hell no, ain't no, you know. You think that you funny, and then the worst thing is either that silence or I went.
Silence is one of the worst things.
Oh my God.
I gotta go, sweetie. I want to make sure you we had a chance to talk. And hey, feel free to hit me again.
Yeah, I want to thank you so much. I mean, you rock, man. I mean, you're one of the funniest people I think I've ever heard, and it's an honor to be talking to you. And anytime,
no problem. Anytime, Jen.
And anytime you need a nanny, I'm gonna do it for some spare ribs. That's it.
There we go.
Hey. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey. Well, let her wrap up, Fez.
Was my interview with my man.
With my man.
All right,
I don't even know her name.
You see what Almost Live from the Trailer could do? It's gonna be all right, people. We're gonna get this. We're gonna hook this up. This is Almost Live from the Trailer.
With my man. At no point do you ever find out what the guy's name is.
No name, no website, no project he's working on.
And the person that you're listening to turns black as the show goes along. Like a chameleon, she suddenly reflects off the other person.
Hey, Rodney Perry, he is my nigga.
Yeah. It's like if I have Fez on, I'm going like this. You know who's great is David Bowie's a great singer. You know who's funny is Paul Lynde.
Why? Why are you bringing this up to me? It has nothing to do with what I'm doing. And the spare rib line.
The spare rib was the all-out, I've got nothing but race on my mind.
That was the kick to the pancreas right there.
That was the abortion.
I'll come to your house and bring spare ribs.
Since there's nothing else that you eat.
Why not just say, hey, look for me outside. I'm rolling a watermelon your way.
All right, Perry Noid is on. He's the executive producer of this. How you doing, Perry?
Hey, guys, what's up, man? That was just absolutely bonkers. I haven't even heard that yet.
Now, what does she do? She tapes the stuff at her house and then sends it to you?
Yeah. She just tapes a bunch of segments during the week, and then she'll email it over, and then we'll throw it up on the website on Sunday.
So this
week,
week,
got a lot of cool outtakes and stuff like that. I mean, that was just bizarre. I mean, that's crazy.
Now, she normally doesn't talk that way, right, Per?
No, she kind of, like you said, whoever she's talking to, like if she's talking to a Chinese person, she'll start going into that. You know, it's like whoever she's talking to, she just kind of parrots.
Try to push her in that area where, next week it's a Puerto Rican and then an Asian person, and let's see how much of this down-home zelig that we could keep going.
I'm with Magacho.
Oh, I like a Magacho. I gotta come to your house and bring you some duck.
That's big. She's great.
Hey, man, I'm on with Cheech and Chong right now, man. Whoever she's talking to, she becomes that person.
Crazy.
I've got Billy Crystal, I've been looking forward.
I'll come over, we'll have deli, everything will be fine. Order chinks, we'll have a wonderful night. Perry, how's everything going with the Giant Show?
Giant Show's going great. The guy's just slaying them each week. Big with the wrestling crowd.
And he got a big write-up somewhere, somebody told me. He got mentioned in
Spin Magazine's going nuts over him. Derek Walters from Spin Magazine called it the funniest show you'll never hear or something like that.
That's all happening at the Cosmic Circus.
Yeah, thecosmiccircus.com. We got some really groovy things coming up this weekend, so check it out. But I think Jen and Perry Noid are headed up your way soon, if that's cool.
We'd love to see it.
We're going to party. I'm doing the David Blaine challenge. Can I stay in a car with Jen for 4 hours?
I'm telling you right now, I'd rather be underwater. I would rather be underwater.
You'll both have to hold your breath.
Yeah.
We're gonna make history real soon, folks.
All right, buddy.
I don't even know what the hell I called in for. I'm all dazed. This is like a dream or something, man. That was just the nuttiest thing I ever heard.
So you haven't got it yet, huh?
No. I mean, I got the first two she sent where it's like outtakes of him blowing her off, which is really funny. It's like, you sound like a kid. Who is this? I always find it
Why
funny.
you do me like that?
Exactly. Like, what's going through his mind after the interview? That's what I want to know,
How many people do you think are listening to her show? I know she's like the rookie, so...
Oh, she's got, believe it or not, I was really surprised there were a lot of downloads for her show. She's around, I don't want to give out numbers.
Yeah, I know, I understand. Okay.
Let's just say she's going to own internet radio real soon if she keeps going the way she is.
All right, Perry.
Thanks, guys.
TheCosmicCircus.com. It's these little shows that you can download, and people are doing them out of their house. Soon everybody will have their own radio show.
And Sunday, Crazy Jen's interview with Rodney Perry.
If that makes it.
Should be available.
There's not some cease and desist from his attorney.
And next week I will have David Duke of the Ku Klux Klan.
You know what I hate about blacks? She'll just be acting like that. That's my problem with him too, Dave. I'm so glad to have you on here.
I was proud when my daddy put on his sheet.
She just because I would like to have like Emerald Lagasse on and just become a cucumber in front of our eyes, just to see whatever he's slicing, she'll turn into.
That was one of the weirdest metamorphoses I've seen.
Man, she's a nut. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back just a few moments. We're going to have the guy on from the Food Network, right, Guy?
Oh, Guy's tomorrow.
Oh, Guy's tomorrow. I thought that was today for some reason.
No, it's tomorrow.
All right, so nothing today?
Just us buddies today.
Perfect. Back in a few moments, Ron and Fez.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 2. It's the best of Ron and Fez.
You did a story last week, Fezzy, about, who was it?
Crazy Dick Van Patten.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pushing a new line of dog food. I'm not sure exactly what it is. What's it called?
Van Patten's Best?
Yeah, Natural Balance. Dick Van Patten's Natural Balance, which sounds like something that makes him mud. But he said this dog food is so good, and it's so good for your dog, that humans could eat it. And while he's pushing this at like a dog food trade show, he takes a big bite of the dog food.
I will tell you this. I don't care if I'm one of the elderly and I'm starving. I will rob a bank before I sit down and open up dog food, the way you hear some old people doing. I will become a cannibal before I start eating dog food. I'll eat a baby.
I really wish he had saved some of his Eight Is Enough money. Because now he's eating dog food on TV.
Well, the Champ and Harry said they will both eat anything. And you guys would be willing to eat some dog food today?
Yes, we have actually. We have the beef.
They said they'll eat anything Dick Van Patten eats.
We have the beef formula with fresh carrots, brown rice, and fresh potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have the chicken formula with carrots, rice, and potatoes.
Here's what I don't understand. Why would a dog need carrots and rice and potatoes? That's for a person.
Wouldn't that create really bad mud for a dog?
I don't think it's a healthy thing for a dog to eat things that he wouldn't eat if humans never gotten involved in the world.
Yeah, you don't see a dog out in the wild like a wolf or something digging up a carrot.
A wolf isn't a dog, my friend.
It's not?
Mm-mm.
What is it?
A wolf is a wolf.
Oh.
Hence why they call them wolves. You're thinking more of a dingo or wild dog. All right, let's open this stuff
Did you
up.
say dingo?
No, I said guinea. So let's open this up and see what you got here.
Oh, it's not even.
Yeah.
God, you open. I'm left-handed. This fucking can opener.
The Champ can't open up a can.
Well, left and right-handed.
You need to go to the leftorium.
I understand, but you grew up on this planet. You understand. How do you get out of doors?
This smells awful.
Yeah, why wouldn't it? It's dog food.
It smells like dog
You're
food.
just standing next to Harry.
You know what? My parents had a dog. Sometimes I would have to feed it. I would almost throw up from opening up cans. Now, Earl, are you going to have some of this as well?
Hell no.
Why not?
Why? We're having lunch today.
I'm gagging. Oh, God, I'm going to get sick.
Earl, you should smell this stuff.
I don't put it on a plate. That grosses me out. I want you to eat it right out of the can. And no
like
fork.
gentlemen.
No fork. I want you to put your mouth up there.
Your snout.
Let me see, Harry. You take a big spoon of it first.
You get the chicken, Harry?
Yeah. You take pictures of it.
No, I get the beef. It congealed on top. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that bone marrow jelly.
Yeah, go for it. Go.
It's good for you.
Oh,
that was a big spoonful.
How's it taste, Harry?
Tasty. It doesn't taste like chicken or... doesn't taste like food. It's just like
And
dirt.
he tasted all of it.
You probably should have mixed it up a little bit before you just dug in.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
In hindsight, maybe.
Yeah. So they're eating dog food straight out of the can like Dick Van Patten.
Now, Dick Van Patten did not have that same reaction. He loved it.
Out of all the out of the Eight Is Enough girls, you know which one I take?
Who?
Elizabeth, a little dancer. Oh, look at the heaping spoon the Champ has. Way bigger than Harry.
That's the beef formula.
Yeah.
I got the beef formula.
Yeah.
Hold on.
All right, there you go.
This is going to fucking suck.
Wow, that's a big mouthful.
And Fezzy, I just caught a wolf of it. It smells so bad.
Oh, man. Elbow breath.
I'm having trouble. Earl, you okay, buddy?
Earl's not there. Where's... Oh.
Earl's moved away. He's fanning himself.
That's fucking
disgusting or good?
Or Van Patten-alicious. That's
fantastic. There's something crunchy in it, apparently.
Now look, Danny has to eat pizza.
Ew, Danny, you're gross.
That's Dick Van Patten dog food pizza.
Come here.
All right, stop.
We don't throw
make
food.
a mess. Don't make a mess.
I'll
Jim.
clean it up.
I don't want you to clean it up. I don't want you to make a mess.
I won't make a mess.
This is where we work. All right, take another big gulp for yourself. And where's Paulie, the other intern? Why can't he come and enjoy some? He's left out of everything now.
And his coat needs some help. It's not as shiny as it should be.
That's true. Here's Walter. Walter, you're on Ron and Fez.
Man, my dog eats anything under the sun, boys.
You know,
you give that dog olives, carrots, salad.
Well, here's the thing.
Cat turds out of the cat box. He will eat anything you give him, man.
Well, that's what they're acting like. One thing is better than the other. But if your grandmother dies and goes on and lies on the floor, the dog will come by and eat her face off. This has happened time and time again. It actually happened to one of our producers' grandfathers.
So
not one of these guys.
Really?
Previous producers. Yes. You knew the whole story.
I don't remember it.
Try that. It's crunchy and it tastes a little burnt. So try the beef.
These guys are like Zagats right now. They're just going over it. Which one is better, the chicken or the beef?
I'll let you know in a second.
Yeah. I'm trying the beef now.
There's a tuna. You might like to try that.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's how you can't even swallow that.
Don't spit it out, bad dog. Bad dog.
Get your bed. Get your bed.
It smells and tastes like shit smells.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like
Fezzy, just take a smell. You don't have to taste it. But just take a smell of what you ate.
The beef one is horrendous.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Hand me the can.
So the chicken, a little more edible than the beef.
I thought the beef would be better than the chicken,
You would think.
and I was dead wrong.
All right, here goes Fezzy. Oh, God, does that smell like ass?
It smells like like dog shit.
But not even, like stale, like not even fresh.
It smells like a litter box, but with a smoky aroma to it.
Yeah.
Like a hickory smoked cat shit.
So, like if a cat was on nicotine, what its shit would smell like.
Yeah.
I bring in Paulie.
Here you go. Take this back, please. That is bad. Bad, Dick Van Patten.
I mean, to a dog it might not be bad. For a human is where we run into trouble.
I'm going to try the chicken. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. The chicken.
What I like about him, he takes a heaping spoonful.
That's not that
Just
bad.
fills it.
It's not that bad?
Take one more.
Put it on some toast.
The chicken they all like.
Yeah.
Chicken's not bad. It's not as crunchy.
All right, here comes Paulie. He's like, why am I left out? He's the guy that everybody just thought has more experience than the champ. He's going to do well. Nothing.
Come here, you big retard. Come on.
All right. Which one do you want to eat, Paulie? Chicken or beef?
You're eating the beef.
Which one is which?
Smell. Take a smell of each first.
Give it a smell
Take a big
first.
smell of the kid. Where you going, Paulie?
It smells like fucking cat food. I don't know why
It smells like cat food. That's grosser to you than dog food. What do you care?
Get a heaping help, Lou.
Yeah, he wants a clean fork. Like that matters when you're eating dog food.
You don't get germs.
No, I don't.
Dog germs.
Considering where other people's mouths have been, I have no idea.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Take
Some
a
people
bite.
like eating ass around here.
Some people like eating ass.
There's nothing wrong with eating ass.
The champ. The champ tells him stories in the back and makes him just get nervous. Not you. He likes eating ass, but not yours, Paulie. Don't worry.
He still has to eat the breath and the fucking.
I don't have ass breath.
You're eating dog food and you feel like you're above him.
I haven't taken a bite yet, so
right.
I'm still one up on him.
All right. Say yummy and yummy before you eat it, Paulie.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I can't.
Get it in there, big man.
Do it fast and easy. Fast and easy. Paulie's a dog food eater.
Yeah.
Just think of it like a dog food.
You eat this, then we go get a chew toy for you.
Can I?
You want that?
Please?
A squeaky steak?
And later you can jump on me when I come home from work. You can be all fucking happy.
Now you're just stalling. Go.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Certainly am.
You got to get it about 7 inches closer to your mouth.
I can't.
You act like we should swallow a dick here. It never happened.
I can't do
You're having
it.
some dog food.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? You're the one who asked for it.
You're having some dog food. He goes, yeah.
Here we go, big man. Big Paulie. Having a big snack.
His hands are shaking. His hands are actually shaking.
Come on, Chuck Wagon.
Do it for Dick Van Patten.
Oh, only for him, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And you guys.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want to be the champ, right?
There he goes. He spit it right back.
Did you spit it out, Paulie, or did you swallow?
He didn't even get it in his mouth.
Paulie, come here and talk to us.
Get over here.
You're wasting dog food.
I'm sorry.
And you got fleas. We were going to take you for a flea dip after the show.
What kind did he have, champ?
He had the beef. He couldn't. He
did
couldn't
you
handle
swallow
the beef.
any of it?
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
You did not. You did not eat your dinner. Ate your dinner.
I can't.
Did you go on the carpet? Roll up your
Lay a
nose in
paper
it.
down for him, just in case. All right, have some chicken.
No.
No. Wait. I'm the one who says that. No.
All right, here you go. Bunch of chicken.
The chicken's not big.
I ain't having that much.
Oh, you're
It's like a giant
Doesn't
meatball
matter. You
with
spit
salt.
anyway. You like chicken, right?
No.
Never?
Not like this, I don't.
You don't like chicken.
Don't worry, it's not chicken food. It's chicken. Dog food chicken.
What's wrong with your hand?
He's trying to psych himself up.
You know, like, it's all,
This is a natural balance. This is the best food you've ever had. Hey, I thought you were Italian. What is your background?
I'm a little bit of everything. Italian, German, Irish.
You got to be Polish.
All right, my Kraut Mick friend. All right, you ready with this?
No.
It's either this or I put on Billy Staples' album. One way or the other.
Eat your dog food.
I have to eat my dog food now. I certainly have to eat
Seriously, you don't like his album?
I've never heard it, but I've heard things, and I'd rather eat dog food. From what I've heard, it adds up to a 10, but not in a good part.
See, that's Fez's critique coming back.
Every song of one.
Yeah. I would have given him credit.
Eat the goddamn food.
Put some more on there.
No. If I'm eating, I'm eating like
Right,
this.
big man.
I'm eating in portions.
All right, here we go. On three, ready? Open the hangar. Here comes the airplane. Airplane full of dog food. Ready? One.
There's a dog plane.
2, 3. There we go.
Eat it.
Don't
Eat
spit.
it. Don't
Swallow.
Eat it. Eat your dog food. Eat your dinner.
Is it good or bad?
Tastes like shit.
No. That's no commercial. You're doing a live read right now for Dick Van Patten.
Take 2. We're going to get it right.
Why can Dick Van Patten eat this, and these guys are acting like it's a big deal?
Dick Van Patten ate this thing at a dog show and smiled.
All right, here's what you can do now. You're going to have a big plate of the beef, or the champ mounts you from behind and treats you like a bitch. Which do you want? What do you want?
The bitch or the beef?
Come on, what do you want?
Staples album.
It's up to you. Would you rather be mounted?
I'll give it to you, champ.
Big champ now, big man?
Yeah.
You'll be my little champ.
All right, ready? Put your hands on the table. Hands on the table, then.
Grab your ankles.
Assume the position.
Here we go. What do you want?
It's third grade all over again.
Oh.
You want some sloppy?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, fuck that. I ain't doing.
Doggy food, doggy style.
What do you want?
What's it going to be?
The doggy choice.
I have lunch to get.
I can
We're not
wait.
going to let you go get it, you filthy bastard.
Yeah. You walk in there smelling like dog.
This smells horrendous. Oh, it's in my cut. It's in my cut right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's in
How'd
my
it get
cut.
down your pants?
Hey, RCA, you're on Ron and Fez.
You boys forgot your manners. You should have offered the ladies the first taste.
You know, it's really true. Would you ladies like to have a little bit?
Nicole, Tina?
I'd like to hear their opinion on the tastes and texture of the dog food.
We got to do it.
Yeah,
You really want some?
we got to do it.
All right, go ahead, ladies.
All right, enjoy some of this Dick Van Puppies.
Which one's the chicken? I'm only eating the chicken.
Hold on. Let me get
It all
some of the
tastes
dip.
like chicken anyway.
She's a big
And
chicken.
a little tiny bit.
Like any of it's
Yeah,
really
she's
meat.
one. If you just do a forkful, it'll impress us.
I'm so petite. I really.
She ate before she got here. She had a fucking milk bone before she came in.
Where's my energy shake to wash it down? Oh my god.
This is why I can't have an animal in my house. It's too disgusting. Ready on three. Ready? Both
I
you
just
girls.
have to say one thing.
Yeah.
This looks exactly like the French meat stuffing that my grandmother used to make for Thanksgiving.
You must have been very happy in that family. Yeah.
But I never ate it.
All right, ready on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Oh, women eat dog food.
Nobody seems to want another bite.
And still took it better than that fucking Paulie. Still did a better job.
He ran away.
He is a puss.
Yeah, he had a bone to hide.
I was the chicken one.
Earl, how you doing, buddy? Earl's been throwing up, and you're not even in this room.
Awful.
Take some over to Earl and see if he just... Earl, if you have one little... Talk to me. Yes. Hey, look at me.
Yes.
One little forkful, and you'll be fine.
I'm gagging.
And you'll probably get over all this nausea problems of yours.
Oh, God, it reeks.
I think it's good for bleeding ulcers.
Or
patches them.
Oh, oh, God, put it away from me. Get it away from the board.
No
you don't want
in
any?
the car.
Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just want to let these people know what they're eating. It's not only just beef, it's donkey, it's horse, it's any kind of animal that's just died on the farm.
No, that's not true. What's in there, Fez? You read the ingredients. If you're eating horse or donkey, they gotta let you know.
Yeah, the chicken. I mean, it starts out chicken broth, chicken liver, carrots,
delicious.
Oat bran, brown rice, potatoes, canola oil.
That's like cannolis.
I was right. Natural hickory smoke flavor.
See?
And then all kinds of vitamins in it.
All right, so there's no donkey and horse, right?
No, none of that.
Why would they just load it up with donkey and horse, as if that was cheaper than chicken?
People think that they could just lead horses and donkeys into a factory and no one would notice.
David, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing?
Good, how you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, you guys keep eating that shit, you're going to find them later on in the corner licking their balls, you know that.
Well, how much they got to eat before they start licking my balls? That's what I'm going for on this.
He smells your intern on you.
All right, champ, once again, you won again.
Yes, of course. The champ stands up to any challenge, especially with Harry and Paul.
Paulie, on the other hand, he doesn't seem like he's going to be in for the long run.
I don't think he's going to make it. We're going to have to leave him behind.
What is he doing out there? He needs to run and get that food for Fez.
I don't know what he's doing. He kind of just takes laps around the office sometimes.
You got to stop him. Send him out of here. Let him know he's got to get right back.
Have him fetch my breakfast, like I'm caught in a bear trap, and he's got to go get my lunch. Go get it, boy.
Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, pal?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Just going to let you guys know, your dogs are supposed to eat vegetables and whatnot. They're not just meat, not like them fucking cats.
Why should they eat vegetables? They wouldn't if they were in the wild, though, right?
Oh, yeah, they would.
And like with most animals, maybe I'm wrong about this. Most animals eat either meat or they eat vegetables, right?
Right. I thought, carnivores and herbivores or whatever.
Besides us, does anybody else split it up?
I don't know of anyone else.
Yeah.
Maybe a pig, but I thought they were mostly vegetables.
A pig would eat anything, but let's suppose it was...
If it was just on its own.
Yeah.
It would probably just root and eat plants. Yeah, it would be just vegetables. I don't know if there's another one that mixes it up.
What does a wild boar eat? They just eat vegetables? How do they get that fucking fat off of just eating vegetables? You know what you would think to yourself?
Yeah, they must store it a lot better.
What? Better? I don't think it's such a good idea for them. Here's, let me go to Ted. Ted, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, boys. How y'all doing?
Cool.
Hey, champ, I was going to tell you, what that crunchy stuff is you keep eating?
What's that?
That's penis cartilage. That's part of the dick.
First of all, it wouldn't be the first time for the champ.
Not the first time.
Yeah. Here's Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
Hey, when I was a kid, man, my mom couldn't keep me out of the meow mix, man.
What a thing to say.
Now, how come? It just smelled good to you?
Long-time pot smoker, man.
Meow, 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 meow.
You would do it at what age?
Huh?
What age?
Oh, I was young, man. I was like 5, 6, 7. I was munching on that, hanging around the uncles.
I mean, when you're 7, you're smart enough not to eat cat food.
Yeah, he thinks.
Well, yeah. But when I was like 19 or 20, I was really baked, and I went to the refrigerator to make a tuna sandwich.
Yeah.
And my mom asked me if I get the cat food out of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
And I was eating it, and I didn't even know it.
All
Thought it was bad tuna.
See, that's another thing, too. I can't stand it when people, like if they didn't use the whole can of dog food or cat food, they put it in the refrigerator next to the people food.
Why wouldn't you eat a whole can? Once you open it up, give the dog everything in there. No dog is going to turn away food. Earl, you don't want any of that dog food?
Oh, Meow makes
You can't talk still.
I'm like dry heaving. I'm sorry.
We're going to have to start you out like on bird seed and work you up to dog food.
40% of the time with this show, you're not able to talk as the producer. Hey, Bobby, come in here and take this can out. It's disgusting. You're leaving it in the middle of this. Fez is waiting for his food. The man had a heart attack. You can't leave dog food around for him to eat.
Make sure I won't leave it out next time.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what a dope!
Fez, you're talking to the champ.
It's the fucking mic. It's not me. That's why I was holding it before, because it always just falls. I didn't want it to fall during the show, which kind of didn't fucking avoid it now.
Yeah, it's the mic's fault. It's the mic's fault we're in Iraq. I understand.
Here's Carl. Carl, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, you got them eating dog food. You need to send somebody down to go get them some milk bones for an afternoon snack.
Yeah.
That would make Polly's teeth a little shinier.
Ted, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, Teddy? Going once, twice. Oh, you're out of here, pal. Here's Sally, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi. The milk bones are very good. They taste like Triscuits without salt.
Let me tell you, honey, half the things you stuck in your mouth, a milk bone would be a step up.
Finally putting milk in front of it.
Go home to somebody's leg.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, your husband's home. Jeez.
This is disgusting. These interns are disgusting anymore. They come in, they go, please, can we eat some dog food? It's the first thing Harry's done on this show for a month.
He was begging for it.
Begging, couldn't wait.
He will not turn down a meal, no matter what it is.
I can see it. It kind of tasted like Armenian food, come to think of it.
I'd rather eat that over Armenian food. I'd be having puppy chow before I sat down and had any Armenian food.
When it comes out, it'll smell like his house.
Armenian food, to me, just seems like it would be leftover carp.
Yeah, an old carp.
Carp head. Like carp that they found on the beach.
Carp that the Turks threw away.
Here's Mike. Mike wants to teach us a little science. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Great, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I hope these assholes realize what they're eating. Right now, on board my truck, I have 16 bins of cow navels and 4 bins of cow lips. Bon appetit, boys.
See you later.
Wouldn't it say lips or navels on the can?
What's the difference? Everybody eats sausage, and God knows what that is. And you got to admit, it's delicious. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I just wanted to point out you guys were talking about the herbivores and the carnivores. You also have the omnivores, which are the eat both vegetables and meat, such as the bear. You know,
all right, the bear will do that.
You got your fish, you eat through twigs and berries and shit, and they're also known to drive hybrid cars. See you.
All right, there you go. So, yeah, a bear will do it all.
Yeah, because a bear will fish like a salmon out of the stream and then also have like a pie that they steal off a windowsill later on.
Yeah, I don't count what any animal will do once they get it from a human. That's cheating. What they get on their own, to me, is what naturally they will do. Because a horse will eat a hamburger if it's hungry enough. But it wouldn't know how to get a hamburger on its own. It can't fucking order. That's for sure.
I'd like to see one try.
Earl, how you feeling, big dog?
Starting to settle down a little. Oh, just
next time that you're sleeping in here, we're going to slip a little dog food into your mouth. Because there are so many pictures of you, Earl, napping on the job going around.
Bill always dimes me out.
They all look like Grampy fell asleep in his chair watching TV.
Bob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
I just want to call and say hi to Nicole and Tina.
Oh, sure.
Hey.
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 You got fans.
Who's this?
This is her husband.
Hey, Bob, I got to tell you something.
It is.
Your wife has been throwing presents and cash around like I've never seen anybody. She's buying us lunch. She's handing us gifts.
What's going on there, Bob?
She thinks 50% of my income is hers.
You know, here's what you should do. You better
It is.
You better check the accounts right now, because I've never seen anybody come in throwing money around like this.
Depleted.
She's like, your money is no good here. Fez, what did you order for lunch?
I got the veggie burger deluxe.
I ordered the leather jacket, so I hope. I always when somebody else is ordering Fez, go large.
Yeah.
Go large.
Well, I just wanted to call and say hey and hope she's entertaining you.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you talk to her when she gets home? I mean, right now she's on the radio. How long have you guys been married?
10 years.
Yeah. You looking to get out of it?
No.
Okay.
But he needs to go back to work to save the country.
Oh, what do you do, Bob?
I work for the government.
Really? Which one?
Yours.
All right, good. Hooray. If I found out you were an evil agent, what kind of work do you do? You keep an eye on terrorists?
You got it.
All right, good. Is he really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's what I don't want to tell you guys how to do your job. But, look at the Arabs closest of all. That's my thing. Generally, I would look at an Arab.
But he's not profiling.
No.
No.
How is profiling a bad thing?
If you know who's like, don't they profile all the time? Like if there's a serial killer out there that's killing, co-eds, they'll profile.
Yeah. But here we don't know. That's the difference.
Here we have to say we don't know.
All right, talk to you later, Bob.
All right, bye.
So he's like a secret agent then, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm. Unless you're married to him.
And then it's not the same.
No good. Good? No good.
You guys like Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Heck no.
Oh.
Look at me. Do I look like Angelina Jolie to you, Fez?
Sure.
Come on.
The way you're throwing that cash around, I'll call you any name you want.
She put a 50 in Master Poe's jacket today on the way in.
You're looking great, Poe. Here, go out and buy yourself a new gi. How's everybody doing? Everything all right? We'll take a break. We're right back. Ron and Fez.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Hey, buddies, for more info on the Ron and Fez Show, go to ronfez.net. ronfez.net. All of our cool buddies hang out there.
We now return to our regular programming schedule.
Die Antwort, mein Freund, war ins ganze Land der Wien. Ist gut, Ron and Fez.
Bring out the gimp. I think the gimp's sleeping. Well, I guess you just have to wake him up now, won't you?
Jesus, up! Hello? Oh, God! Wait, guys! What now? Uncle! No! All right. Ow!
This is the warm-up.
Ow!
The soul guy.
Oh, my fucking shit! What the fuck was that?
You have a woman in your life right now, Earl? I know you had a date last week, right?
No, actually, that kind of fell apart.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, she had a huge emergency.
Yeah, I would get that too if I had a date with you.
No.
Something suddenly came up.
No,
a dam broke.
Yeah.
No, it was really actually very serious.
What was it? Email problems?
No.
Box drop?
Death in the family.
Who?
Grandmother.
Oh, come on. Everyone has grandmothers dies. You still go out. I could see if it was a mom or a dad, but you expect the grandparents to die. That's all part of the gimmick.
You should have done the Ed Rooney bit. You bring her old bones out here, and I'll...
No, is this a white girl? Let me ask this. Did the grandmother die when she found out that she was going out with you?
No.
When Earl pulled up. What happened to that little rocker? Remember you had that little rock star that we met at PJ Clark's that day. I said, I'm like, she's going, oh, you guys on the radio? And I'm trying to set her up. I'm like, well, Mr. Douglas is the one who picks the songs that run on the radio. We just play what Mr. Douglas tells us. But
and I'm just not into it at all like an idiot.
Yeah, that was a bad day for you. But you and her have been kind of emailing back and forth and stuff, right?
Yeah, she wants to come by and drop the CD off. But you're just trying to...
Tell her wear something tight.
Preferably skimpy.
Yeah, sure. Sell it. Make it all happen. So you and her, you're keeping the relationship going.
Yeah, we've bounced a couple emails back and forth.
Nice. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Earl hanging out with us today.
This is fun. This is
You having a good time?
Yeah, no, it's just I love being in this room.
Yeah, well, you can live in here now.
Well, maybe once you get that little waitress in here and, she brings in her CD, maybe that'll be the moment that it all clicks for you.
I don't know about that.
then you got home field advantage.
Yeah, that's true. I got the home ice.
Exactly. Then you're going to look like the king of XM.
Yeah, I'm starting to dress the part, too.
What's her name, Jackie?
Jackie, yeah.
Jackie, I have some info for
Dave.
Yes.
You got put in the hole. This is Earl time.
Okay.
And by the way, you have no info.
No, I just know things about Earl and Jackie.
Let me rephrase that. He's been reading my email when I'm not in the room. That I caught you stone cold yesterday.
Oh no!
What was he doing?
No, because I usually keep my inbox open.
Yeah.
Because I'm in there because anything pops up, from D.C. or whatever.
Right.
So I had to run across the street to get you that DVD.
Oh, yeah.
So I come back and I go to check my email.
Wait a minute. Let me remember what the DVD was.
Oh, the DVD was Yo soy boricua pa que tú lo sepas.
Which means, Puerto Rican lives next door.
No.
Okay, something. I don't know. Look.
So
no, Bronx Johnny's mad.
So I go back into the studio and I go to check email, and I have I put everything in the folders, and her folder was open where all of the emails we've been going back and forth.
Dave, you don't read other people's emails.
I just on Earl's. I just have to keep tabs on him from some time.
You've read Bronx Johnny's emails too.
Are you reading his French emails?
No.
All right, you little cock blocker, you red-headed cock blocker. Stay away from people's emails.
Earl, sometimes I just want to make sure that things are going on with Jackie, and I know that he's interested in her and stuff. And
that has nothing to do with you, Dave.
But it's funny to me, those emails, because he writes such passionate emails like, I'll definitely stop by! ! And here, it's going to be great to see you. Everything, has
none of your business.
It really is none of your business, Dave.
I don't read your emails to Westside or whoever you write to. But it's none of your business.
Yeah, his email would be, Westside, sorry I shit all over the bed.
But if the inbox is open, I kind of feel like it's sort of closed.
No, it isn't.
No, there's a difference. If my inbox is open, that's one thing. You went into a specific folder. That means you were fishing for information.
And here's another thing. If Earl leaves his wallet out on the desk, it doesn't mean that you're free to go by and go through it. You have to have some kind of trust around him.
I mean, sometimes Earl gets emails from, XM people and stuff. So I
those are for Earl, not for Dave.
Yeah, you're not entitled to look at those either.
If Wiki wants you in on it, he will put it in care of you. If it says Earl and Ron, then we each get it. If it says Ron, then Earl doesn't read it. If it says Earl, then Ron doesn't read it.
Well, I also feel like, I could just help Earl out. I could be a messenger.
Why don't you do this? If you see Earl on the phone, why don't you get on the other extension and start listening in?
I mean, the emails were pleasant enough. It was a nice correspondence. It sounded like two little lovebirds.
No, Dave, you're missing the point, though. You don't read other people's mail.
I don't see why.
You don't read other people's mail. You do not do that.
If the box is open, I have to. I mean,
no, you don't. You minimize it. You minimize it, and then you go somewhere. I told you that.
Don't make us be at the point where if somebody gets up, they gotta go, let me turn off the computer because I can't trust my coworkers.
Earl needs to be pushed into these things with these dates, and I feel like if I can look at the correspondence between Earl and a girl, maybe I can, give him
Yes,
advice.
you banged one woman in history. You should be Cyrano de Bergerac for him. You and your big fucking nose should be hanging around outside the other side of a bush.
I just feel like I know how to steer Earl into this Jackie.
What is he doing wrong, in your opinion?
Well, there's too many exclamation points, for one thing, on the emails. They're way too bubbly, and everything is, we'll be there at 5 o'clock. Can't wait to see you.
But
I apologize for not showing up.
No, see,
Dave, do you get the point though? It's none of your business. If I needed your advice, I'd ask you for it. But don't speak for me.
things like, we're going to try and make it down to P.J. Clark's, Jackie. It'll be great to see you there. These things, it's too over the top. You should just say, hey, we're going to see you, maybe not, maybe we will, maybe we won't see you. And I feel like, Earl, you should just let me read the emails because I can impart some of the...
No, I'm not going to let you read anything, Dave.
All right, my BlackBerry just went off, and it just says on it, this is Frenchie. He always reads my mail to Johnny. You are a pain in the ass.
If the inbox is up, I have to.
No, you don't have to do a damn thing.
What is next? You're going to start snapping pictures of Earl in the bathroom stall?
Let me ask you a question. You ever read my email?
God, no.
I will dig your fucking eye out with this thumb. And I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. If it says my name on it, leave it the fuck alone.
No, I would never do that. Even if I saw somehow like you had left your AOL open, I would turn off the entire computer. That's exactly what I would do.
Swear to Jesus right now.
Swear to Jesus.
And you never read it.
Never. Swear to Jesus. I can't say the same thing for Earl because I almost see why Earl doesn't see this as me caring about him. I'm just trying to...
I think you're busting his balls is what you're doing.
I think you're busting my balls and you're being very, very nosy.
That's beyond nosy.
Rude.
Friends have to get information about each other in order to give
I don't think he said anything wrong. I don't see where an exclamation point is wrong.
Exclamation points about everything. Sorry, I missed the show
What are you
last night.
holding?
What is that?
You printed it?
Oh, he is an ass and a half, Earl. You printed out Earl's emails?
I just wanted to quote him exactly.
You are a dead man. You're beyond dead.
Earl must have been gone yesterday 15 minutes because he only ran across the street.
I ran across the street. We talked about a couple of things, and then I came back.
If he was gone a half an hour, I'm shocked. How the hell do you not only read his mail, but print it out in a half an hour?
I wanted to quote him exactly. I wanted to...
Dave, you're missing the point once again because for some reason between that thick red skull of yours, Dave, it is none of your business.
So, Earl, I want you to know, not only is he reading your emails on the computer...
He's printing them out.
He's printing them so that it's there in the community printer. So it's sitting there where everybody in XM could see it.
No, I got your email. I printed it out, Earl. I stapled it and put it right in my folder. I didn't show it to anybody.
You feel like that you're protecting him by just you reading.
I didn't show it to anybody.
And now you've been reading some of it off on the air.
Well, you have to quote someone exactly.
Dave is taking every fiber of my being right now not to choke you out right now.
And what if this chick turns out to be a rock star down the road? Now you're reading her fucking mail. Suddenly, if it's like reading Chrissy Hines' mail.
I'll sell this on eBay. We'll make a ton of money.
And I told him, and I told this about, it didn't even involve me. I told this about when he was doing Johnny's email. I was like, that's none of your business.
You were there and you saw him reading Johnny's email?
And I'm like, what are you doing?
What was he saying when he was reading it? Was he
just
bringing it up to you?
He was reading it. I think he was trying to print it out, too. And I'm like, what are you doing?
The printer was on paper that day.
But now when Frenchie told me before that you're in their business, you're like, she's crazy, Mr. B. She's out of her mind.
I care about people.
Everyone hates you. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But you can't do this kind of stuff.
You have to see these little things. I mean, apparently Jackie lost her wallet, and then Earl writes, sorry to hear about your wallet, exclamation point. I hope everything works out for the best.
And that's, first of all, that's something a guy could say to another guy. It's not even sweet talk.
It's just, who says, like, I hope everything works out for the best?
He's
for a wallet. You say that for someone going to surgery.
I hope he said it to Peter Jennings, all right? Good luck, bro.
Earl.
I don't want to do another 30 days because I want to break something right now. I want to break someone or something.
Break him, if anything.
I just hope he knows how much privacy he's violating because Jackie, the waitress, gave you her email address.
Yes.
She did. If she wanted this nut to have it, she would have given it to him. Now he has someone's email address.
And you realize there are privacy issues within the company.
We ought to send Mikey D back to your house, you little pussy. We stuck up for you when Mikey started rattling your door. You big fruit. Now you don't understand privacy.
I don't think it really is It's sort of like that phrase, finders keepers. And if it's up there on the screen,
you cannot. All right. What about anything in his desk?
No, you
is
went
that
to
all of ours?
No, I mean, that's in his desk, but I mean, this is on a public computer. If it was on Earl's computer, I might have a slight doubt of doing it. But if it was on the mainframe compuder that we share at XM.
At that particular moment, that was my workstation, and you basically violated
I got to agree.
my workspace.
I got to agree. We do have Frenchie online right now. Frenchie is, well, he says, aside Johnny's lady friend, that's somebody that he spends time with. And Dave is obsessed with them. Like he's fucking Access Hollywood, and that's Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. And he comes in and last Friday he's like this, did you hear? And I'm like, what? It looks like Johnny's being stood up, standing out in the rain. Frenchie hasn't showed up yet. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Hey, Frenchie, how are you, honey?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good.
And I don't hate Dave. I like him, but I just wish he would tell the truth once in a while.
About what, Frenchie?
About everything. First of all, I just want to say I'm just trying to get airtime. That's why I'm calling in.
I never said that.
Yeah,
People are putting that into your head. I never said that. I would never
Oh, you
say
never
that.
said that?
Of course not.
So Johnny lied?
Johnny? Well, first of all, that makes no sense. Johnny, did I ever say that to you?
Yeah, you did.
Well, that's...
well, that's hey, Perry Mason.
You?
I don't think that even really happened.
No further questions.
You never told Ronnie that I was hanging out with Johnny when I wasn't even hanging out with him?
No, I said that you guys were planning to meet on a Friday for dinner.
No, you didn't. You said the fucking weekend together.
Or a hotel room, and well, after the dinner.
But I'm like this, Dave, what has this got to do with me? Why are you telling him this? I hope these guys are happy, both of them happy. It's none of our business, though.
I just think everyone should know, what our friends are up to. And
well, you know everything.
Yeah.
How many emails did you print out today?
Only a couple.
No, Johnny, he told me some things in confidence. And
right.
And my attitude was like, you know what? God bless you.
Right.
It was
Enjoy
have
life.
fun. No, I didn't get on the phone and call you
right
immediately like a freaking chirpy bird.
I will say this. You do not run a gossip column. There's one gossip column right now, and that's that fucking Cindy Adams lookalike, Eastside Dave.
Just keep trying to keep everyone abreast.
I told Earl something today, but I think Eastside Dave overheard it, so it might come out on the air.
I didn't overhear anything, but could you tell me off the air? I promise. This time I'll keep
I don't want you to know my phone number or my email address.
Oh, I know that already.
Is this getting too much into Bronx Johnny's personal business? He's on the phones right now, and Frenchie's texting his Frenchie Cakes.
That is our nickname, Frenchie Cakes. All right, Dave, Earl, I will say this. You are the executive producer. I mean, this really is a corporate matter now. You cannot get into other people's shit.
No, if I did that, I'm fired.
Right.
No questions asked. No, you know what I mean? It's like if I went on to, I don't know, if I went into your email or Fez's email.
Yeah.
Or Wikis or Elo's.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't kick me out the door.
I would never go into Ron or Fez's email. Or
no one can believe you. No
I
one can
wouldn't.
believe you.
I wouldn't. Well, no, you guys trust me on this one. Only Earl, because I like to...
Johnny.
And Johnny.
Yeah, so that's two.
I like to know people's business. Is that so wrong? I mean, I think
Where I come from, that's nosy.
I'm informed. That's a different word.
Fez, luckily for you don't get or send email.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Checking my medical records.
All right, Frenchie.
Bye, guys. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Frenchie.
All right, this is a problem, Dave.
I will try to correct it. I mean, if Earl really has a problem, I mean, if you really have a problem with it, I won't read your emails.
Earl, tell him how you...
I have a huge problem with it. Huge problem.
And he's not joking.
All right. Not even emails. I mean, I won't read anything from Don or anybody, but how about just a couple occasional emails from Jackie?
Nothing.
Nothing
Zero.
at all.
Because that keeps me really entertained.
Unless it says it's Dave.
Unless you are CC'd or it says to
Could you ask Jackie to CC me on all the emails that you guys give back and forth?
You're a smart ass.
You are. You're a fucking wise guy. You really are.
And here's the thing. No one believes you that you're taking this vow of respecting Earl's privacy. You will be doing it by show's end.
I mean it this time.
Here is Jeff. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you guys doing?
Hey, buddy.
I'm from where he grew up, not in Spring Lake, a couple towns over. I know exactly what type of kid this is. I have friends that go to CBA, graduated the same year as he did. I've always supported him. For some reason, I always thought you were busting his balls too much, Ron, and that you didn't give him a break. You know what? I'm a fucking idiot. Ron, you had him pinned since the beginning.
Since day one.
He should be begging for forgiveness from Earl. Why isn't he doing that?
Like any sociopath, he doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. It doesn't exist for him in red-haired land.
Yeah, you can't explain to him morally, legally, whatever-wise, why what he did was something he shouldn't do.
What I'd like to do is throw bleach on him, but you wouldn't be able to tell. You would not be able to tell.
If you care about someone, sometimes you have to you have to go over the line. If you care about someone, I care about Earl, I have to know the information.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
No one wants a redheaded glow stick to care about them. It's fucking scary for him to think that you're getting involved in his mail. And here's what worries me, Earl. What if this cocksucker starts sending her notes using your screen name?
That is why I'm trying to really control myself and not...
I'm sure he has. Any luck with the wallet?
Do not leave your wallet out around this place. I got fucking 2 dog chains on mine right now.
Boz, you just give me 5 minutes with Dave, this shit'll be straightened out.
I'm all for it. I'm for you giving an Ecuadorian beatdown. So he fucking Ecuadorian education. That's the only way he's going to understand.
I don't like that idea very much.
What if I unleash Hands of Stone and let him just fucking go at you?
No.
I fucking let that little Roberto Duran start fucking peppering those eyebrows of yours. What's left of them. It just drives me crazy. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Dave, you really are breaking the law. Do you understand that? That what you're doing is not even funny, and you're lucky that Ronnie finds you to be amusing and an asset to the show from the dumbness factor that you bring. If you were in corporate America, you would be fucking fired instantly with all the bullshit that you pull.
Well, the interesting thing is, this is a corporation. Just we signed fucking things about not harassing the fellow employees.
If Earl's inbox is up on the screen and I'm simply reading it, it's like seeing someone...
And printing it out and then telling everybody the story later.
Dave.
Well, maybe printing it out was a bad idea.
No, here's the big difference.
And also color-coding it with Earl in yellow and...
you're an asshole.
It's all highlighted.
You are a fucking asshole.
No, but the thing that really makes me mad is the inbox is up, and then he specifically sought out the folder. That's where, even if the inbox is open, okay, that might be fair game, maybe.
Right.
But when you specifically seek out a folder...
He's going through your shit. And then like an idiot, leaving it up, so when you come home later, you find it.
Oh, I just thought...
You're the worst crook since Watergate.
You know, I just thought of an alibi. Earl oftentimes, because he's too busy with the show, he'll have me open up his email and say, Dave, could you open up
this
thing?
ask you.
From Wiki.
Right. And so how is it
there are updates to the things that, Wiki wants us to plug or whatever.
Well, maybe, yeah, but I could have, if my finger accidentally slips on Jackie's email, then...
You'd like your finger to slip on Jackie. You have no sex life, so you're all curious about everybody else. You fucking lace Irish. You ever hear that term, Fez?
Never.
It's because the Irish, in the old days, they would have lace curtains so they could peek out the fucking window, see what everybody's doing, going back and forth. That's a fucking true statement, tell you, Mick.
That sounds like a great idea, actually.
I grew up around those old ladies. They fucking want to know what everybody's doing at all times.
And he's such a crybaby. If you came in here and you had printed out an email, a personal email of his, he'd be calling the cops.
I know, like you fucking did with Mikey, you pussy. You call the cops on Mikey D for showing up at your house, but this is basically the same thing, getting involved in somebody's personal space. No, you're a laughing hyena about it.
Well, that was Mikey D's thug, remember, that I called the cops on, not Mikey D. I could handle him coming over.
It was Mikey you called on.
Yeah, and his thug. His big, huge goomba thug that was going to rough me up and crack my head open.
Citizens arrest!
Here's what my prayer is, and I'll literally say this prayer to Jesus. I'll leave here, I'll go to St. Patrick's and light a candle. That guy comes back to your house tonight and kills you.
Amen.
Really, I mean, I'm a practicing Catholic.
You're a practicing snoop.
Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Fucking Ralph Mouse, fucking Happy Days.
Seriously, Donnie Mose. It's like having Donnie Mose go through your fucking computer.
He's our Donnie Least.
Give him a fucking two-piece.
I still got it.
You never had it. I saw Paul O was up there for a second. Are we going to do stuff with him or no? Because I don't care one way or another. Paul O is just as bad. This is one bad team we've assembled here. Fucking 62 Mets I'm looking at.
Paul O will be in 60 seconds.
Dave does look like Marv Throneberry. He was another redhead, I think.
Yeah, you are. You're fucking Marvelous Marv.
But I'm obligated. I gotta report this.
Report it.
I'm
Don't
obligated.
report it. Why would you report it? I offered you like donuts yesterday. Remember all those cookies and
Those
stuff?
were left over from Soccer Patty's leftover food from 2 days ago. You're eating it, something that fell out of her fucking snatch when she was doing that fucking dildo gimmick with O&A, and you're eating it like it's nothing.
They were tasty. I mean,
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Dave,
Yeah,
reading people's emails, eavesdropping. What do you think you are, the U.S. government?
Seriously, you're on a terrorist alert over there?
I always wanted to be a Fed, you know, after I saw the X-Files.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. He waves at me, and then I point at him again. He's nothing.
Sorry, there was a guy waving to me. I had to say goodbye.
You're looking at me.
Exactly.
You don't wave to me.
Yeah, that was bad. I was
need you.
paying attention to you, but then waving to him.
I got to tell you right now, Team Watley has lost already today. And
halfway through the show,
have been pushing for Earl to train you, but it's turned into a bad idea because I can't have you distracting me while we're doing a radio program.
All right, I'll get on top of things.
people are going to walk past the studio. You can't just start waving to everyone you see like the Puerto Rican Day Parade has started already.
Because he's in Team Watley, right?
Yes.
Do you feel like you've made any headway with him at all?
You know, there's sometimes where I think, okay, yeah, we're on our way. Then the show starts. And then, it's, for some reason, noon in the east, everything goes into a shitstorm.
Here is Don. Don, you're on Fez.
I get so excited when Dave fucks up because I'm really hoping that he can open up the email from Don Wicklund that says Dave is fired.
I'm going to say right now, Wiki should fire you for what you've done today. And what you've really done since you've been in here.
And all he has to do is send the email to Earl to make sure that you get it, Dave.
Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
As painful as this is, I got to defend the redheaded idiot. If you'll go back and remember how painful it was listening to Earl screw up with those girls, Dave may be doing him a favor trying to prevent another Mitch Williams-type situation. That was so painful listening to Earl.
All right, first of all,
anything to prevent that, I'm all about.
Bro, you broke my heart by bringing up Mitch Williams, and I'm going to try to move on from that, okay? Because I put that right up there with JFK getting killed. That was my, where were you when fucking Mitch Williams decides to groove the fucking plate. But no one is saying you can't be there and try to help Earl. No one is saying you can't coach Earl and be a friend. What you can't do when Earl goes over because he's doing the company's work is to go into his computer, open up his Jack K file, and start snooping around, hoping to see the phrase, my balls in there somewhere, so you can embarrass him.
Just trying to push Earl into love. Just giving him love and companionship.
Why? Why do you care?
It. He needs it, I think.
Earl, I'd be careful. Not only when you leave the room is he reading your emails, he may be sniffing your chair.
Oh.
So just be careful.
So leave a present?
If you must.
Here's Ronaldo. Ronaldo, you're on Fez.
Now, you know, man, we had a guy up here in Chicago that went through some email files like that on an open computer. First of all, they're redheaded stupid. It's not a public computer because it's in a private company, and you can get fired for something like that. Just like being able to boil water would constitute you to bend that ugly bitch over you call a girlfriend, stupid.
Wow. Ronaldo, you may be my favorite caller. You know what? Ring the cowbell. You're going into the prize closet. You're going into the prize closet. You're a lucky winner.
Let's get him a DVD copy of the Boondock Saints Special Edition, which is in stores now thanks to Fox Home Video, and that is signed by Billy Connolly.
Look at that. He makes out like a bandit.
He shouldn't have.
Why?
I didn't understand the boiling water thing.
Well, anyone who's a chef gets to go down on your chick.
Oh.
So remember when you told us that story about the chef?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That fucker. Whatever.
What's wrong?
Do we have to keep bringing up the West Side?
I didn't want to.
All right.
The West Side Highway, as she's known?
You,
Jesus Christ. Pitts, don't laugh.
Yeah.
Why is Pitts laughing at this?
Well, I mean, people aren't laughing at you. They're laughing at your relationship. That's different.
Forget it.
It's not about you. But if you give that girl a cheese sandwich, you're going to get your nuts licked. All right, and that's not a bad thing. Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Really miss day-free Thursdays.
You know, we did have a day-free Thursday. I even got him in the fucking hole over there, and I brought Earl into the studio. Doesn't matter.
Still hear him?
Yeah, I know. The prick went and popped open a mic because he pissed Earl off. Earl, get a knife and stab him to death.
No, because the
You get him
editor
a
would
knife
convict
and
me.
stab him to death, and I'll make sure you get your own channel.
How about this? I'll right now let Earl slap me in the face.
All right, come on over.
Completely
bro.
allowed.
Go ahead, slap him in his fucking face, Earl.
I'm not gonna.
Just fucking paintbrush that son of a bitch.
Earl, this is the one piece of XM property you're allowed to damage.
Then I say we're all even. He asked for it, Earl, not you. Light him up.
Come on.
You really want me to slap?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
And
take
Earl, do it fucking, take him,
as hard as you want. I don't care.
Because
I'll
if
take off
you
the
don't,
headset.
you're going to look like a pussy.
Is it really like a comic book slap?
No, man.
No.
I want you to just fucking paintbrush him.
Slap him across his chops.
He's left-handed. Go ahead, move that mic, Earl. And you're going to look like a pussy if you don't drop him to the floor. I know that. You really will.
I don't remember the last person I slapped. I punched people. But
Well,
I didn't
just
slap.
act like he got your boots dirty or something. Just slap him with a glove.
Like the French slap?
Yeah, no. I want you to just light him up. Light him up because he asked for it. And he said, Earl, I want you to slap my face.
All right, hold on.
And I want you to do it like you're swinging a bat, Earl, right from the hips.
Well, he's lucky my shoulder's stiff as a board.
Give yourself some distance there. Line it all up properly. Oh, that was nothing.
That hurt.
That was nothing.
Earl, you can do better than that.
You want me to do one more?
It's up to him.
Holy shit.
Dave,
Go
what do you
ahead.
want?
I'll do one more. That hurt, though.
It's supposed to hurt.
Well, look at the fingerprints are already on Dave's face. You know what? Because it's like hitting snow. You didn't even hit him that hard. E-Rock, come on in and check it out for justification. Turn around and look at the full hand on his face right there. Look at the fingers down his neck.
I'll sue this black.
What did you just say?
I'll sue this black guy.
That's stupid.
Now
That's
really,
fucking
slap
stupid.
him hard.
Wow, I can't believe the way the fingers have come up on
Go
him.
ahead, give me one more.
And everyone says I have big hands.
You do. You got the big mitts.
Oh,
big hands, you know you're the one.
He's shaking.
That fucking hurt. What?
Yeah, that didn't hurt you.
It did hurt a little.
Oh,
come on, Earl, swing that stick.
Wait, so I have do the other side of the match?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Palm him right across the mitt. Oh! Turn around so I can watch the bruise come up. There he comes. Look at it start to rise. Turn around. Let me get a look because it takes its time.
Stay profile to Ronnie.
Yeah. I cannot believe your skin. They're always going to know who murdered you.
Here it comes. It's starting to rise up.
Oh, it feels like it. And I got like the black juice all over.
All right.
Fucking racist.
He's intimidating me now.
You can see the palm print.
Let him choke you. See how long it takes to choke
you. Doesn't choke yourself. I can't choke him, then it's a crime.
I think we're even now.
Break his fucking windpipe.
I'm trying to give him girl tips.
I think we're even too.
I'm trying to give him girl tips.
Do you feel like we're even, Earl?
Maybe.
If that's the case, I want you to go back to his computer again. You want him to kick you in the ribs?
No.
I'll let him kick me in the stomach.
Oh, you're the nicest guy ever because you could have really laid him out.
Hey, did you hear that?
I'd have put you right through that goddamn wall, and I kid you not.
No, I remember once when we were on NEW, they asked me to slap a girl's ass. I just wound up. And just
you make her cry?
She almost jumped through the ceiling. That's how high the air went. And she had this big handprint. It looked...
It looked like Dave's face. Just a big ass face with a handprint on it.
I just know because she was almost as pale as Dave, and it was just this big red.
There's no such thing as almost as pale as Dave.
I am lit up. I mean,
seriously,
the hands is still like my skin feels like it's reverberating.
You can still see this. Like,
I don't think it is.
No, it's not.
Just
next time, Earl, try to get a thumb in an eye while you're going across the face. Scout something out there.
Like the old Asian Spike.
Put a ring on. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM2.